Hello everyone, I am Tacet and welcome to the stream. So today of course, didn't get anything new on Friday, but next Friday will be the Treasure Gnome event and the following Friday will be a new mythic. Other than that, of course, this is the week where Doomskulls are still available, or the Doomskull troops, so highly advised to still go and, where on earth are they? Go and use some event keys if you haven't already to get the 2 new legends. Of course, if you already have them, then you don't really need to go and get them, but if you haven't yet, highly advised. Both of them are very, very, very amazingly strong troops, so yeah, definitely want to get on that if you haven't already. Other than that, yeah, mainly just going to be messing around with them again still messing around with some teams, using the usual ones. Maybe a few newer ones, and something interesting with our pets too. This pet right here, we actually don't have yet. The little Sphinx thing. So now we are only missing one pet. We're missing the Coca-Cola bear, if it would load. But yeah, we're only missing the Coca-Cola bear because there she is right there. And now we just need this one. And then that will be 100% pet completion. Also, we're getting a major orb, so hopefully she gives us something good. So let's go clear out the pet and see what we get from it. So fight, and it's the team we want, and let's get into it. Also, hello everyone, hello Danny, hello Gnosticus, hello Watcher, hello Brian, hello JZG, hello Bunny Killer, hello Dragon Ball Z fan, hello Matt, hello Emos, and hello Blunts. Hope all of you are having a good weekend so far. Really rainy day though. gloomy, rainy day today. Well, I'll go and take out the Koreans. It was so nice yesterday. And then it's like rain everywhere. Okay, we'll go take the, I guess we'll grab that, why not? It didn't surge though. Well, it did surge. It didn't surge the right color though. So let's clear out the board, get the casts, and then just throw a Apothecary or something. Actually, never mind. Don't even need it. It's one of the easier battles. Don't even need to do all that setup. Hello, Metalaris. Hello, Demon or Angel. Sunny in Louisiana? Oh, it's not sunny by me. Not at all. It was yesterday. I guess it kind of did the same thing yesterday too. It was like rainy over the night and then it got like super nice during the day. Still hasn't gotten super nice though. It's still gloomy outside. What do you think Doomskull troops will be nerfed? Or when do I think they will be nerfed? Probably not until next patch. I don't think they're going to be just shadow nerfed out of nowhere. Because I believe it might require a client update to change how his Doomskulls work. Like, if they were just to tweak a value, it would probably be something that they could easily do, but there's more than just tweaking a value to fix this thing. Mainly just that final trait. This one they could probably change up without a client update, but generally they will wait to one. Unless they were just to shadow nerf both of them. But I highly doubt they would do that. They're probably going to wait until next patch and to see what data they're getting from the current version. And see what they need to tweak on them. Yeah, I'm pretty sure not until 3.5 will they get nerfed, if they get nerfed. I'm pretty sure they're getting nerfed. We'll have to see. At least he will be, or his final trait will be. If anything, it's mainly his final trait. I honestly feel like both of their abilities are fine in the long run. They need to add a proper counter to it, but as far as the ability itself, I don't feel like either of their 2 abilities is too over the top. They're both really ridiculously strong, but they just need to actually add a proper counter to it, because Entangle and Zero Attack does not actually counter it. Which are supposed to, in theory, counter it. It's almost, I know, it does kind of seem like a Bone Dragon. Actually, I almost feel like they're stronger than what Bone Dragon was. It's kind of nice. But, yeah, it feels more almost like a Great Maul back when Great Maul was super good, where you just instantly killed everything you touched. What do we need to do? We'll go and take a, take that. Go grab the explosion. And one more. And, oh, we didn't get one more cascade. Actually, we need 2 more cascades. Not even close to enough. We'll go throw some reds down at it. They'll keep poking. And barely even gets anywhere. So we'll go through... Do we have nothing? All this board, and we don't have any alignment on either of them. Fine, we'll throw an Apothecary down. Get that down. And that still gives us nothing. We'll move that over. And there, we finally get something, and that's match. But 1 HP, that would have been a fail. Though luckily there's like 1,000 more skulls that fall on top of it. Here's 1 damage, followed by 1,000. If they nerf them, you want your 500 event key back. Yeah, they really should add some kind of way to compensate for if they nerf something, like to get your keys or your diamonds or something back. Pretty sure if you contacted through support and you had like the screen where you showed like, hey, I bought this thing. It's always good to screenshot everything. If you ever wonder why I like screenshot crazy everything, but I'm pretty sure if you screenshotted, like let's say you craft. Well, that's a bad example. Let's just say you're screenshotting yourself opening, or in this case, opening like 200 event keys. Or like doing a little mini recording of it, either or. Because that'd be a little weird to screenshot. Let's say like in the case of a mythic, like if you screenshot getting that mythic and then they nerf that mythic. I don't know if they would, but if you had a screenshot of you actually getting it, they might refund it if they were to ever nerf it. Though I'm not certain on that, but it's worth giving a shot. I've never actually tried. Okay, we'll go and throw that down. Hello, DeCrill and Corey and Blunts. Welcome. You don't think they tested Doomskulls enough before release? No, they never test anything enough before release. I don't think they've ever tested anything enough before release. So, you know, not like everything, but they definitely under-test stuff, that is for sure. Though in a way, it is kind of hard to check absolutely everything, but they don't check anywhere near enough, for sure. What do we even need here? We'll go and... I guess we get rid of green. There isn't too many good moves there. Always clear out the board. I almost feel like they're just going to bring every mechanic from Puzzle Quest eventually into this game, which, for the most part, I wouldn't actually mind. The one that they'll probably never do, though if they do, it's going to be even more unbalanced than Doomskulls, is if they ever add wild cards to the game, where they have like a random multiplier on them, and it basically counts as every single color. And that wouldn't work because there's 6 colors in this game, whereas the Puzzle Quest games only had 4 or 5 colors. And it would just be really, really broken in this game. Because basically anywheres where it lands would be able to be usable. And if you could put multiple on the board, it would be even more out there. It's crazy how if you make one slip up with Doomskulls, oh yeah, your entire team basically dies the second you slip up. Unless you have a lot of skull reduction, or if they're entangled, plus you have a lot of skull reduction. Putting a Sylvania more onto this team is actually a really good way to not get backlash from it. You could run it for Brown Day too, but you end up reducing their skulls to 0, and then you reduce their Doomskull damage by 75% or 65%, which is the hardest counter you could really do to it, as far as reducing its damage down. So even if you give the enemy like 10 different instances of Doomskulls, it probably wouldn't even kill your Gorgolfa. It would do a lot of damage, but it wouldn't actually kill it. That's only viable to do on Green Guild War Day, though. I mean, on Brown Guild War Day. Trying to do it in PvP would be way too slow. Well, not way too slow, but way too slow compared to not using a Sylvania Mora. Alright, we'll go throw that in there. And get another hit in there. Oh, wrong one! No! That won't be the first time or the last time I do that. That is at least the 20th time I've done that now. Accidentally casting the Bloodhammer when I meant to cast the Glaceon. I still see them basically as the exact same troop, even though they are quite a bit different. They're both the best Doomskull creator in the game. Basically the only Doomskull creators. I feel kind of bad because other than like Justice or Courage, there's almost no other viable method to put Doomskulls onto the board other than using these two. Now we'll go clear it out with Gorgolfa. Let's see. Also, 4 times Firebomb is opposing team. Definitely can wipe you now. Wait, what? Oh, yeah. I know. Actually, one single Firebomb on the enemy team when you're using a Bloodhammer is actually extremely dangerous. It's pretty funny. You could also do the exact same thing against your enemy, too. If they're running, like, the Bloodhammer, just run a normal team just with a Firebomb on it, and you can just use their Doomskull against them. You don't even need to bother putting a Bloodhammer on your team. You can just go use theirs instead, which is kind of funny. As one of the only things kind of keeping him somewhat not being completely broken is the fact that the enemy gets the exact same effect if you miss. So even though you get to instantly kill out the enemy team, they also get to instantly kill you out. if you messed it up. Okay, we'll go take, I need full mana on her, but, oh, yeah, there is a way, never mind, we'll go grab green. Didn't get the extra turn yellow off the top, we just got it for a match. I guess we'll go and convert out green, get all of the mana we need, and that should be it. No, we need a board clear. I don't believe that's any alignment anywhere, so we'll go clear that out. Hello, 5 Laptop. Let's see. Endgame Tesla team suggestion. Orc, Clockwork, Sphinx, Tesla, and Garnock. Let's see. Orc, Clockwork, Sphinx, Tesla, Garnock. What is the Orc and Garnock on that team used for? The Sphinx is fine, because that gives armor to everything. Generally, I don't actually use, if I am running late game Tesla, I don't tend to actually even use armor buffs on my team. Unless there's just something passively doing it, like let's say an Elspeth, for example. I mean, not an Elspeth, I mean a Queen Isabel. But, I don't know, you don't normally need it. It's just kind of used within true damage context just to clean up. Like with other AoEs, just to do the last hit or two. Hello, RapPF, welcome. But you could easily do some kind of War Sphinx theme with that. I just don't think you need the other two, the Orc and the Garnock. Also, we finally got this this troop, by the way. We only need one more pet. So we'll go grab that. Got 3 copies, nice. And there we go. Let's go level it, get our thing. Let's go take our tribute. 10 tribute, get our legendary task. Wow, my guild is doing so many legendary tasks this week. It's like the 5th one just today, not to mention we did like, it feels like 30, 40, or 50 yesterday. Okay, anyways, let me go and upgrade our second to last pet. We're almost there. Only one more left. The Coca-Cola bear. Okay, let's go and, you know what, that's something I haven't had for a while, soda. I almost feel like going for one. The Coca-Cola bear. It's making me want a soda. What am I looking for? I'm looking for the Sphinx. That should be the only green one here. Where on earth is it? There it is. Well, green as in the border, not her color. But let's go upgrade her. She's keyed our bonus, which is useless, but I need her for her Master Orb that she's giving us, or Major Orb, whatever it's called. Still haven't used any white pet food yet, but I'll probably be using that on some of the reds that are coming in, because the dragon's coming in next week. And there's just so many good reds out there. Oh yeah, I didn't name her yet. Let me go up, name her. I forget how to spell Sphinx. Sphinx? Do I need to go use a Google? Sphinx? I'm pretty sure that's wrong. What even? Okay, Google. Almighty Google. What is the spelling of Sphinx? Sphinx. There it is. Does copy paste work? It should. There we go. Yeah, it works. There we go. Sassy Sphinx. And now we just need the Coca-Cola beer. And I'm actually serious. I need to go get a drink now. That made me thirsty. I haven't had soda for such a long time, but I do need the caffeine this morning. I am quite tired, actually. One moment. Also, that reminds me, I still need to make that one graphic for whenever I go away for a moment. Because it always looks weird when a stream has, like, nothing on it. But, yeah, I still need to do that eventually. Just so it's obvious when I'm not around. Like something that just says, hey, I'll be back in a minute. Anyways, where were we? Let me clean these off. The stream crashed again. I can't see you. You're here. That's funny. Actually, if I go like this, you won't even notice the difference. Do I have hair? Do I not have hair? Well, you can still see down here that I don't. Anyways, yeah, Yeah, where were we? Let's go and, how do we have mail already again? Oh yeah, pet mastery, I forgot, duh. Well, let's go see what's in the major orb. This was from our, Sphinx pet, the sassy Sphinx. But let's see, please be blue. Actually, blue or purple? Purple is actually, in a way, purple's actually better in a way. Because very rarely would I need to actually use a blue ascension orb. Still really nice. But yeah, blue or purple, as long as it's not green or orange. But yeah, definitely not green. Anything but green. Why? Why? Why you do this? Why must you do this, game? That is the only one we don't want from a major orb. I would even take an orange over that. But, rip. Fail, then. Well, today's not our lucky day, apparently. Also, I was saying Coke and I'm drinking a Pepsi. Good job. Your hair is bugged. There's a glitch going on with my hair right now. It's a new no-hair filter. Wow, there's a lot of Doomskull. Look at those firebombs go! And down they go. Okay, do we even have alignment on that? We should have enough. There we go, dead. Even if it's not an extra turn, it's still enough to kill it, and that definitely was way more than enough. Your favorite team with it is Snowy Owl, Forest Guardian, Divine Ishbala, and Bloodhammer. Sure, I'll give that a shot. I don't believe I tried that exact combination. I haven't used Snowy Owl for a while. It's one of the best combos in the game, but very rarely do I actually put it into one of my teams. But let's go do it. It has a lot of potential, especially with Divine Ishbala, or specifically the Beast. I guess you could just go and give it purple directly, so it's pretty good for that. Forest Guardian. Only problem with that is, aren't we going to deny out our Forest Guardian's capability to create purple? Because we have two things that deny purple from the board. Oops. Divine Ishbala. And wow, we still only have one copy of her? Oh no, we have two. But yes, we only have two copies of her. I didn't even realize she's nowhere near Mythic, even though I use her in like every team. It's kind of funny. It will probably be a while too. I just recently got the troop that came out on... Actually, I don't even think I upgraded him yet. Wait, one second. The troop that came out the first of the year, like the very first event of this year, I just now got him to Mythic 4 months later. It took forever. And two of them are from Legendary Tasks too, which is kind of funny. Where's Bloodhammer? There he is. Yeah, let me go to Upgradable. I don't even think I bothered upgrading him yet. Let me see. No, I didn't. This guy came out, if I'm not mistaken, he was the first legend that came out this year. First or second. It was when I was up in New Jersey that he ended up coming out, so it was right during the New Year's. So yeah, it had to have been like the first event then of the year. And I just now got him to max, even though he's completely useless, obviously. But yeah, we got two of them off of Legendary Tasks, so thank you very much. And max level him. It's pretty irrelevant, but at least we have one more little level going to the kingdom. And if we ever do need him for whatever reason, well, now he's maxed. Though I do not foresee that happening ever in the near future. Unless they add some kind of weird tourist team that becomes viable. The only bad thing now is we have forever until we actually get another pet orb or anything like that. Because now we have basically every pet in the game. So they're going to start leveling a lot slower than they currently have been, that's for sure. Because of course the first one just gives you like that instant level 5 on pretty much every single one of them. But trying to get them any further than that takes a little bit of time, that is for sure. Anyways. But yeah, I'm pretty sure we'll have max pets by... Well, not max pets, but you know, like a good majority of them mythicked. Probably by around, I want to say midway through the summer, I would think. And from there, we'll pretty much have infinite pet food by that point. And yeah, I do find that kind of weird that it doesn't even take that long to max these out. It should only take about 3 months total, I would say. 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 months at absolute most. Depends at what rate they actually keep adding new pets at. Because, of course, the more new pets they add, the harder it is to actually go and max all of them, since there'll be more in the drop table. And also, since they keep adding new ones, you'll technically never have all of them max unless you constantly throw like 1,000-something gems every month, but no one's really going to be doing that just for pets. Maybe occasionally on some of the better ones, but not on all of them. Anyways, what banner do we even need for this team? What are we missing? We're missing blue. Is that it? Yeah, I think we're only missing blue. Well, we technically deny it out. What's the minus blue banners? Green, purple, that's not horrible. Is that... No, there's another one. There's definitely another minus blue. I forget what color it is. Oh yeah, Talon Banner. Oh, duh. Talon Banner it is. Well, that makes up my decision. Keep forgetting about Talon Banner, even though I keep using it with my other Divine team. Oops, I thought that was a real gnome for a second. We haven't found a pet gnome for about 2 days now? 3 days? We did find one the other day, but it feels forever. We already currently have a pet active, though, so I guess that doesn't matter as much. Okay, right here we'll go on the yellow. Get that down. Double check for Forest Guardian. Throw this Divine Ishpala, because we never have Forest Guardian alignment, it feels like. Though it doesn't help that we deny out purple. Movement. Which way do we do you? I guess we go and move you that way. And way overkill. Well then, that works. Okay, on to the next one. Okay. Well, that's a bit of a weird team. Haven't seen 4 times Dragon with an Anu Scepter, I think, ever. That is a bit of an odd combo. Just a little bit. Okay, what do we need here? I guess we take a green to green. You know what? Purple to green, actually. Oh, but then that gives him the green extra turn. Never mind. That wasn't worth it. I need 1 yellow so we could actually get this thing going. But I do not have it, so we'll take a purple. And we also don't have that, so we'll take a skull. Then still no Forest Guardian, still no either of them. Guess we just do this on a yellow then and go from there. And now we should hopefully have something. If we don't, we're kind of in trouble. And I believe we do not. I guess I could go for another one of these, but I don't want to risk it yet. So we'll just go take the skull. Too bad we don't have a Glaceon right now. Wow, the board set up so good for it, but we'll go do that. Purples aren't aligned, so we'll go take a bunch of mana right there. I need him to get his last little bit of mana. He's really close, but not all the way there yet. Forest Guardian does not have what it needs. This other one isn't going to help. But yeah, I'm not really caring for this denying purple combined with this denying purple, because it keeps getting in the way of each other every single time, it feels like. I do like using this troop, though. It is a lot of fun to mess around with. Oh, there we go. We finally got a Glaceon, except we don't have alignment on it, so that doesn't help as much. I guess we could throw it on blue or something. We don't have the purple one. We don't have... oh, we have it on green, though. We'll go for that. And that gives us the Divine, I think. No, that doesn't even give us enough for Divine. It doesn't align down there. So we'll just go for the Explosion, and that should be match. And now we should have enough Skull Spam just to kill it out with everything. So throw the Forest Guardian down. And down it goes. There we go. I don't know, I feel like you would either go Forest Guardian with Divine Ishpala, or you would go like the Owl with like Divine Ishpala or something. Even though it doesn't give the half mana start to it. I don't know, it just feels weird using both of them together. I know that it does give the half mana to that. I guess once you get it going, it's kind of good. Did I do this in the wrong order? Isn't Divine Ishpala supposed to be in front of it though? Because I feel like Divine Ishpala gets more cast. Then once you get it going, you could start using Forest Guardian. I feel like Forest Guardian should be there. Even all the way in last slot, maybe. But, yeah, I think it should be switched like that. Let's give it one more shot. Good morning, Sheen! Welcome! Alright, we'll go grab that. He'll have Mercy. We'll need to go deny him. There's no way I could fully deny him. That's bad. Hopefully he'll get distracted off his skull. Okay, that's perfect. We'll go and throw this onto... Normally I would say yellow. But I think in this case I'm actually going to go on brown. So now we'll go and I guess see which one we have. Neither. So probably not worth going for it. So I'll just go for it. Not worth it. Let's do it. Okay, and down it goes. To basically instant win due to overpowered Doomskulls. And that's match. Here, have the one little poke. And down it goes. Oh, try to weird Tesla team? Sure, I'll go try to weird Tesla team. Let me go and get to a normal battle, though, first. To actually try it with. You don't have Bloodhammer? What, instead of him? On a Doomskull team? You could use Shegra instead. But if you're already using a Glaceon, then I guess, never mind, that wouldn't actually work. But, could Emperina your first slot to give it higher stats and keep it healed. You could just do a Goblin Rock in one other troop and use it for board control. You could use a Ragnagord and just mana generate with it. Depends what you have. But as far as a Doomskull option, there isn't one. And there's also no option as a alternative Doomstorm. He's the only thing that has and ever will have a Doomstorm. Okay, this time I think we would do it on yellow. Which completely misses, but it sets up our next turn. Which does this, and then we should be able to get that on him. And that's match. Do we have alignment? Yes, we do. Right there. Grab that. Go for it again. Take it for purple. Throw this down again, and that should be way overkill at this point if it's not already. And down it goes. Okay, let me go try the other team then. Hello, Marco. Welcome. Glad you could join us. Oh, you're new to the stream and new to the game. Well, glad you found interest in the game. Yes, Match 3 RPG. Probably my favorite there is. One of the first ones I've actually played as well. But it's definitely my absolute favorite. A lot of things to do. Really fun grind as well. Okay, anyways. Suggested team. Let me go clear this out. This actually did work out decently. I don't know, maybe we'll keep it on one of our slots just to kind of have it around. Just to give it some more shots later. Let's see, what's up there? Quick Divine OP. That's still pretty viable, but in the age of Doomskulls, I don't think we need that anymore. So, let's go to the other Quick Divine OP. Let's see. Doomskull. So we get a King Mikhail in there, get a, oh, what's all the components we need? We need an Owl. We need a not an Elspeth, what's her name? Divine Ishbala. And we need a Forest Guardian. That is not it. Forest Guardian. And put that there, and that looks like it's it. Let's just rename it to, oops, wrong order. Wow. My keyboard is not where it needs to be. Doomskull, 2x skull, but it doesn't fit. There we go. Does it go? That doesn't make sense now. The 2x skull. Keyboard, go. The 2x skull. There we go. And that'll be that. Anyways, let me go do that one team that was mentioned here. So we need a orc. The orc. Gosh, I really do need a new desk eventually. The main reason why I'm actually mistyping all the time is because of the way that my my thing is set up. It's not how I am used to typing at all. Let's see, orc. We need the other orc too. It's what's his name? Garshnock. We needed Tesla, and we needed the War Sphinx. I mean, not War Sphinx. We needed the Clockwork Sphinx. Okay, so this was the team that was suggested. We are missing green, so I don't think a banner was suggested. So we'll go into that and see what we can do. Still find the team somewhat odd, but we'll give it a shot. Let's see, my screen. That works, right? No, that doesn't work. I need, like, is there not a my screen that gives brown? No. Both of the +2 brown banners don't have anything good in them. I'd almost rather give him mana. Convert all greens to brown. Yeah, I think I would rather give him mana, actually. So we're gonna go and just do that then. Oh wait, never mind. That gives us a bunch of yellow. Well, what's your two colors? Brown, red? We'll make that work, sure. I think we'll go with that. We'll go for the quicker Garnock. I normally don't use them as a mana generator, but we'll give it a shot. Okay, we'll go here and take a red immediately. Get him to full mana. Throw this down. Oh, wait, never mind. I forgot. It doesn't destroy gems anymore. It's green to brown convert, which it doesn't have alignment on, so never mind. Don't do that. I'm so used to its previous one where it, like, destroys 10 gems or whatever it was. Maybe not exactly 10, but it was based on its magic. Okay, so we don't have alignment on it. We'll just go to this. That should hopefully give us alignment. Brown to green, right? I mean, green to brown. And nope, no alignment yet, but that's mainly because he ruined everything. And oh no, we do have it now, so we'll go grab that. Get our mana that we need for War Sphinx. Throw this onto a purple. No, purple isn't it? I almost feel like just doing it on brown to clear out everything. Problem is, what do we actually cascade from that? Not much. Is there 10 reds? You know what? I'm just gonna do it on red then. Oh, well, then it gives him a free skull right there. Multiple free skulls. Stop hitting all the free skulls. Okay. So he'll go hit with that. I still need the last little bit of mana for that. We don't have alignment on the other guy, so we'll just go for that. Get another little thing down. We don't really have any barrier or anything to make sure that that they don't do physical damage. What do we need here? Cascades. Why aren't there anything good for you? Almost feel like just going blue, just manually. But I want to get the Sphinx armor buff simultaneously. So I might just waste it. That's a Kraken, right? Yeah, that's Kraken. Let me get rid of blue then. So we'll do that. Throw a Tesla down. And 2 Teslas should be it. We'll get the brown to green convert and go from there. Like a good, he didn't devour. Brown to green, we have it aligned. Go grab that. Now we just need to go get all of our mana back up. So we'll go do this with this. We'll do that with this. And that should be it. We'll go and take that down. Get the last little bit of our mana. Throw it into a Tesla. Yeah, it's an interesting setup. Definitely works better than I thought it would. Still find it to be slightly odd, but it definitely does work. I would never think of a composition like that, wow. But, yeah, it has potential. Definitely has potential. Not something I would normally use as my team, though, for sure. But yeah, it's really interesting, to say the least. Should we do something else against the Gorgulfa? Or are we going Gorgulfa Wars? Gorgulfa versus Gorgulfa. Who shall win? Which Gorgulfa is the bigger rock? Okay, we'll go take the red over. What else do we need to take around? We'll go just take blue to green, grab that, take skull, throw apothecary, go from there. Let me get rid of blue. And take the red away, don't need that. Take the brown into surge, try for yellow off the top, go from there, didn't get it. Take the yellow, get free mana, clear the board, and should be good from there. Any green team for Guild Wars? Your only mythic is Famine? Can Famine be used on a green day? I don't think I've ever actually used them on green day. As far as green day teams, I tend to go with a either a web spinner loop or a Yasmin loop. Well, you can't do a Yasmin loop because you don't have her. But yeah, web spinner loop tends to be one of the better routes to go. Mainly because you get the well, you just do infinite damage with it, assuming you don't miss, which is nice. Of course, it assumes you don't miss, but it's pretty good at not missing most of the time. Until the times when it does miss. It's mainly against freeze when it really struggles, but most other situations it tends to be fine. But yeah, that's generally what I run almost every single green day, is some kind of green loop. Assuming no freezes on the opposing team, and if there is a freeze, you can go something more towards a Dark Maiden into some kind of other mana generator that then feeds into like your Famine or something. You could easily go and do. So we'll go kill him out with this. He actually just got a lot of value right there. We'll easily just be able to go and throw that in there, and way overkilled. It's amazing how that goes from like almost full durability just to instantly dead. That is Doomskulls, that's for sure. Oh yeah, do you have... Let's see. I missed some of the other things. At some point, can you try out a fully traded Corvash, Yerol, Liang, and Magnus team? Sure, we'll go do that. Okay, let's go get that into a team. What do we need here? We need a Corvash. a Yerl, a Liang. I haven't used her in ages. She's good for the Master Enchant, though. But that's about it. I mean, he. And a Magnus. A Magnus. Also haven't used him in a while, but a lot of extra turn spam. We get burned, we get enchants for ourselves, we get stuns. That's a lot of effects. Interesting. A 4 times extra turn team with a decent amount of extra turns on it. What banner do we even need, though? I think there was one mentioned there. So we'll go with a... Well, we have the... We can't go with the minus purples. We're missing green. I guess we could go all in Euro. You get red, yellow, don't you? Yeah, that would actually be fine then. So we'll go with that, see what happens. You hit level 1,500 yesterday. Congratulations, wow. That is a ridiculously high level. I think that would actually be like the top 10 levels in the PC version if it was on PC. I'm not sure how high that is on console. I know the highest level on PC, though, is a little over 2,000. So, no one has reached over that, that's for sure. But, yeah, it's probably one of the highest levels in the game on either version. Let's see. Oh, you have 22 pets from your guildmates. That's still pretty good for playing casually. Because they are sometimes hard to find due to, well, either your guild not playing as much, you not playing as much, or just the fact that, you might not be on when they're actually appearing. Because they can appear out of just nowhere whenever they feel like. Which is, I still find to be an annoying aspect about them. Alright, we'll go through a Corvash. Once I get all of them maxed, I won't really care about it as much, though. Because then I don't need to worry about it anymore for the most part. Also, hello, James. Thank you for the subscribe. Much appreciated. Any green... Oh, never mind. I already answered that. Is Yasmin still better than Wild Queen? Yes. Yasmin's definitely still better than Wild Queen for Guild War purposes. Mainly because Wild Queen can backfire with all of its skulls. So you do, I wouldn't say you would want to avoid her, but she's definitely not as good in a Guild War context. Also, she isn't as good with Doomskulls as I thought she might be. If you're wondering why I haven't been running her with Doomskulls, I tested it initially and it just wasn't working out that well. None of the teams I was using was really functioning correctly. It still works, but it's not as good as, you know, the standard Doomskull teams. You destroy a gem, right? Yeah, we'll just go do this on Brown then, just to get all of the mana we need for him. Oh, oops. Hello, Corvash, blocking me. But we'll go into Corvash. Actually, that works out. We get to Corvash him. I think that actually was the better move, even though I did it unintentionally. So that works out. We'll go take that. Take the Doomskull there. We actually got Magnus up off the enchant, so that's nice. We'll go and actually throw it at him then. The only problem with him is he doesn't actually have any follow-up on his ability. Like, no board control by that, I mean. But we'll go and... Oh, one of them died. I should have given an HP buff. It's not that big a deal, though. We'll go throw this onto Brown again. This time actually going into the correct troop. And then we'll throw a Yerl. Oh, you better not get that down. You can actually still win if I'm not careful. We create so many reds onto the board that it could actually get alignment off it. But hopefully it won't. Let's see. We'll take these reds. Grab all that. I don't need to take the yellow because I don't actually need the mana at the moment. And take the last little bit of red, throw the Euro at it. 2 more hits will do it. And I guess we'll get rid of Brown again, just to get its HP, get both of them healed, gets our mana that we need. As long as it doesn't kill it here, we should be okay. Barely. And throw it down again. And that should be it. All we need now is just to poke it. And now just apply the rest of the damage. Yeah, the team seems okay. Feels like it has just a little bit too many of the extra turn effects, though I do find it pretty cool that it managed to use 4 of them. Don't think I've ever bothered actually using a team that has 4 of the little effect things. Just feel like that's a little overkill, though. Probably would be fine just with Liang plus this with 2 other troops, the Magnus, because Magnus will apply every negative effect to them, and the this will give you enchants to all your allies, and that enough I think would be enough. Because the burn isn't doing too much, and the stun in most situations isn't doing too much. And let's match. Yeah, you can really quickly get every stats effect on them by just constantly taking every extra turn, because you already have the stun and burn off, so you'd be able to get all the others. It can place the same stats effect over top of them, though, unfortunately, but That's not too big a deal if you keep taking even more extra turns. So you're level 63 now, and you have Crude Club and Warlord at level 20. What should you be aiming for next? Well, you're pretty much set as far as keeping your team down, because you have that nice frontline tank now with your hero using the Warlord, and you can just do that with Crude Club with a +1 red banner of any kind. Well, it's mainly just resource objectives is what you should be aiming for. As far as upgrading troops, you basically just do that on a as-you-get-them basis for the most part. But as far as kingdom progression, you should be trying to get all of them, well, first getting all of them if you haven't already. Get them all to level 3, 4, 5, then getting the magic kingdoms to level 10, then the attack kingdoms to level 10, and then everything else to level 10. And then you'll pretty much be set from there to try to get yourself into a better guild if you're looking to do something like that. Like something that does 100,000 gold requirement per week, or 300,000 or 500,000, something bigger than what you're in now if you aren't dedicated to your current guild, just so you get even more resources for free per week. If you're already playing that much, then it's not really costing you anything more. You generally want to try joining as quickly as you can the highest amount of gold guild you can that you can easily do. So if it's only 100,000, then join 100,000 guild, or 300,000, 300,000 guild, and so on and so forth. Because you want to be putting in as much as you possibly can. You don't want to be someone putting in like 1,000,000 gold or 500,000 gold when your guild's doing like 50,000 or 100,000 average per person. I want to try finding a guild that's as close to what you would normally be able to do as possible. But before you can reach that point, you would need to have level 10 all kingdoms. But then you start to get a lot of resources for free from there. As far as actually upgrading troops and stuff like that, you mainly just want to be focusing on things that have really good traits or really good abilities. Main ones would be things like anything with empowered, anything with a +1 link, anything with stone skin, stuff like that tends to be pretty decent for the most part. Your only mythic is Grim. Can you help you with a red invade team? What do you have as your best burning option under red? Do you have a fully traded Eurofire mantle, or do you have King Solanus, or what other red burn options do you have? Because Grim is pretty dependent on having a good burner on the team. It's not mandatory, but if you're running it as the core troop on your team, you generally would want to have the burn to assist it. Yeah, so far so lucky. If we could get another pet, we are so close to 100% pet completion. What are we missing still? Just the Coca-Cola bear? Oops, wrong one. Yep, just the Coca-Cola bear. Plus the dragon that's coming out, but that's coming out next Wednesday. And then we'll automatically have it. So technically, you'd always are... Once you get all pets, you basically perpetually have all pets forever, which is kind of interesting. Because once you reach it, I believe they're adding every new pet via the pet rescue event thingy. So you'd always have every new one when it comes in. Which seems kind of odd, because then why would you have to go and keep finding them then? Or maybe that's by design. No, I think the main reason for that is just to get people to go and buy them with gems immediately. Yeah, no problem, Sheen. And if anyone else has any questions or questions I missed, feel free to leave them in chat. Grim, Dragon Soul, Inferno King, Umberwolf. That would be really good, but I don't know if he has all that. I was going to make it a lot cheaper than that. Personally, I run with... I run something kind of like that. I run... Where'd it go? Actually, it might be that exact team. I don't even know. I forget exactly the composition off the top of my head. Guild War Red. I run something slightly different. I run Alchemist, Queen Titania, and Furnace, Grim. Of course, Infernus can be replaced with a cheaper burn. And, oh wait, this isn't actually Grim Loop, is it? No, it is. It's just a backup Grim Loop. It's not using him as a core troop. This is actually centered around Infernus, Queen Titania more so than it is around Grim. But you can go more, if you're focusing more on Grim, you could go more like a Ragnagord into a, it's Ragnagord first slot, a mana generator, actually you'd probably run this in second slot, and run Ragnagord first, mana generator, or Grim here, your burner here, and one other support troop here, depending on what you have. Let's see. But yeah, what was your other thing that you said? You have Bombardier, Chimera, Demonstraxia, Fire Lizard, Flame Cannon, Hellhound, Lava Elemental, and Salamander. Unfortunately, none of them are particularly viable, except maybe Demonstraxia. But even then, that's a 75% chance, and at 20% of the time, it's really annoying. But out of everything you just mentioned there, that is technically your best burner. So if you were to go down a route like that, let's see. Let's go put every thing that we need in here. So Elamagrim. Do you have Ragnagord or do you not? Demonstraxia. So we'll put that in there, and now we'll just need 2 other supporting troops. I guess we could just go every color at this point if we really wanted to. We could go with red, green, and a red, what's the other color? We're missing one other color, red, blue. So we could go Merline last slot to hold down the team, and we could go the Dark Maiden first slot so we could use it for control, and just do it like that. Okay, and since we cover everything, we could just go right all into the Elamagrim pretty much, and just do it with a double purple, just to make sure that when he gets looping, he will stay looping. We could even do a +2 purple, +1 red, -1 yellow, but that might make it so our burner doesn't get up quick enough. So we're not going to do that, because we don't have an exploder. Plus we're denying out the yellow anyways. Well, I guess since we're denying out the yellow, but then he's never going to get mana. Maybe we put it in front of it then, because I believe he does 2 times damage to burning enemies too. So you know what, we'll make that work then. Because you even get a bonus attack on Red Day as well. So we'll do that. We'll do it that way. And then we'll just go for, like I mentioned, +2, where'd it go? There it is, and go for that. It's gonna be a little bit weird getting his mana up, but we could easily get it from Reds if we had to. From excess Dark Maiden. So let's go test against this. That's a pretty legitimate team that might be used in Guild War. So we'll see what happens. Oh, you do have a Ragnagord. Well, you could put a Ragnagord in there and in place of Dark Maiden. Because Dark Maiden does make it so it's hard to get mana on Demonstraxia. I wouldn't really advise using Demonstraxia, but you don't currently have a better burn. So if you do want to run it on a Red Guild War day, you would have to kind of use it, since you don't have another option. Alright, we'll grab a green, let him skull poke us. Almost losing our Dark Maiden already. But hopefully we have some kind of good alignment here to go use her for. Yes, we have it for a lot of brown. So go grab that immediately. Get the heal on herself, of course. Alright, we got Elamagrim up, but we don't have the burn at all, because we haven't gotten any red or anything like that. There are 15 on the board, so we're just going to go for it. Ooh, it misses. That's why you get the burns. But yeah, it is ridiculously annoying using a non-automatic burn on a Elamagrim team. I would avoid it at all costs, but if you don't have any other options and you still want to run it, you unfortunately kind of have to deal with it. But it's really annoying because you have to go out of your way several turns just to get the thing mana. What's also annoying about this guy is he's only 75% chance, so 25% of the time you're going to get completely trolled and probably lose, because this team without a burn after you cast him is just going to fall apart. Let's see, we'll go take the red. Oh, we got what we needed. Now we just need this to burn, please. And there we go. And we should be good to go as long as we don't die right here. Don't do it! Don't do it! Don't do it! And that's a match. But yeah, it's going to be really risky, but I believe at your bracket range, whatever you might be at, you should be fine with it. Obviously, if I try using it this late in the game, it's never going to work. But I believe at lower range, you'd be able to get away with it. And yeah, probably actually go with the Dark Maiden instead. I mean, the Ragnagord instead of the Dark Maiden. Don't feel like she really did much there. I mean, oops, I just typed her in again, fail. But yeah, we'll just go with the Ragnagord route. We won't cover green this way. We could just switch up our banner because of that. I don't think there was any minus green banner with purple on it, but we could just go down the red route and just do it like that to make sure we get our burn. So we'll just do that and get our mana up that way through Ragnagord then. We do have to deal with a Scion. I'm actually going to repick this just because it's a really annoying one to have to deal with to try to test something on. And that's just not even a team. That's also not even a team. 1 second, let me go clear this out real quick. So many non-teams. So we'll just go clear this out. And then we'll go do the team again on a different one with the Ragnagord. Let's see if that works a bit better. Should. Okay, what do we need here? Take the brown over. Get a nice little Doomskull. He hits us back. And clear the board, and that'll be match. And it's not match. But we'll go take a skull, another skull, and down he goes. Exactly enough. Okay, let's go and actually test this on a real team now. And oh no, we got even more Drain Spam. Does it just want me to use it against Drain Spam? Fine. We'll use it against Drain Spam. It just keeps giving me one every single time now. Oh yeah, for that bracket, it should be perfectly fine. If you're around 100 or so. Okay, we'll go and we'll take a red. That's going to be annoying, but again, not much we can do about it. We'll go clear out the blues. Please extra turn. We'll be good to go if it actually does. Oh, I didn't. Oh, and he gets a Scion. And he gets a drain on top of that. We're pretty much just starting from the drawing board now. We'll go and take ourselves a red into red, hopefully. Oh, hello, Doomskull, that I didn't take. Not to mention he steals the mana right back. Yeah, we'll have to test this one more time against not drain spam. I don't think anyone would even be using this big of a team that early in the game, either. Did we go for the silence? No, we can't even be silenced, I forgot. It's a Scion, unless we had stun on our team. Yeah, we're not going to be able to get that down. And he's going to hit both our 2 core troops. But if nothing else, we could at least go for a Demonstraxia here, let that die, and then go from there. So I think that's going to be the game plan. So we'll throw that down. Oh, and that's when it doesn't burn and it just completely trolls you. That does happen. Okay. Well, everything bad that can happen is happening. So we'll go take the red over. Come on, Ragnagord. All you need is one more hit. We'll try for the purple extra turn. Didn't get it. Got our mana, but he's just going to kill it. Well, we'll go and try getting a Destruxia to land this time. You shouldn't get a Skull there, and good. There we go. Finally, we got the burn. So now all we have to do is get full mana on Elamagrim, and we should be fine from here. And then we just loop that into the win. And take the red over. Take the yellow over. Wish we had Elamagrim right now. That's not enough split damage either, but we'll go take the purple that way. Try for the Skull, didn't get it, you get Shuffle. And I'll sell Elamagrim a few times and that'll be match. And one more hit of any kind, we'll take it out. Yeah, that was a bit shaky, but it was against mana drain spam, but still. But I think at the lower brackets it'd still be perfectly fine. You would definitely want to find a better burner than Demonstraxia eventually though. That's the main thing that you're really missing from that team. Once you get that, it functions a lot better when you start having the burn option for it. Of course, I'm not expecting like an Infernus, but if you have like Eurofireman or King Salinas even, or something like that, that's just a more consistent burner. Does quite wonders. Like even against Freeze, which tends to be pretty bad, I think it could still actually function against. I'll go test it real quick. Let's go use our normal one. You can also use Ragnagord there, of course. The main hard component from this, though, is the Infernus specifically. Well, assuming you already have the Elamagrim. But that can be replaced with, what's his name? King Salinas, as I mentioned, or the Jarl Fairmantle. Oh, wait, never mind. Yeah, it's Red Day. For a second, I thought it was the wrong color. But yeah, on Red Day, you can replace it with Jarl Fairmantle. I always make that mistake on Purple Day. It's like, yeah, just replace it with Jarl Fairmantle. It's like, oh, wait, never mind. It's Purple Day. But yeah, for Red Day, you can replace it with Jarl. For Purple Day, not so much. Okay, we'll go and we'll take the red over. Keep our yellows where they are, or not. That ruined my board slightly. I guess we'll just take a purple then. And we still don't have any alignment after that. And not enough reds either. We'll just take a skull, I guess, and hopefully he doesn't do something weird. That is slightly weird. He froze us a lot, so that's really bad. This team has no cleanse. It assumes that it would win before you get frozen. Well, we'll go through just a blind Queen Titania down, pass the turn. Kind of just waiting out until we get unfrozen. Get rid of the greens here so we can't do anything. Even if we lose our turn, at least it's still keeping them down. Something still kept us alive. Oh, we're not frozen on blue, so we could actually... I forgot, that was one of the reasons I used this too, was for the blue counter when this was really popular. It started to die down some, but as you can see, people are still using it. But it's nice in that you don't have to worry about being frozen on blue ever. Nor on green, which are the two things that it creates constantly. So we'll go and throw Infernus down. Sometimes not using every color is actually beneficial when you're up against freeze. That's the only time when it's actually particularly good to use. Is when the enemy's running any kind of freeze team. You can only be frozen on colors that you own. Because let's say you get frozen, let's say on a red-purple. Well, you'll be frozen on red and purple. But if we're missing two colors, green and blue, and that team was spamming green and blue because Valkyrie and, or not Valkyrie, but it was Forest Troll and Kraken. But if it keeps creating green and blues, we would never actually be able to be frozen on either of those two because we don't use those colors. So we'd easily be able to go and clear out whatever colors it was creating, and it wouldn't be that big of, excuse me. It wouldn't be that big of an issue at all. Bracket 2 is hell. I don't know. I don't mind it too much. Bracket 1 is when it really gets annoying. Bracket 2 is definitely hard. And Bracket 3 has actually been really chill. I feel like Bracket 3 and below is probably, like, really nice. I haven't really gotten to, like, the mid-range brackets, though. I think the highest I've ever been on a low account was, like, Bracket 50 or something. I haven't really gotten around to, like, Bracket 5 to 20, like that area, because I assume that would be like more towards the mid-range, I think. I don't even know. I know that there's like thousands upon thousands of guilds within this game, but of course many of them are like excessively inactive, so it's hard to really tell how many of them are like really legitimate functioning guilds for the most part, because there really isn't a good way to search for guilds within this game. There's a really bad system with it. Yeah, when you are in a guild, it shows you like a few random ones out of nowhere. And the only thing you could ever see are the top 50, which is pretty irrelevant, mainly because the top 50 is primarily just people who have had guilds for ages now, like a year plus. Every single one of these guilds is at minimum like over a year old, if not longer. Some of these were like built like the exact first day the game started, some of these guilds, so yeah. That's not really too good of an indication. Not to mention, you can't even try recruiting yourself into one of these by clicking on them. If you are not in a guild and you click on one of these, it doesn't even do anything. It does nothing. You can't even, like, ask, hey, I want to be recruited or something like that. Like most games, if you clicked on one of them, but I don't know, it's weird. It's something that they said that they would probably be addressing in the future, though it won't be until probably later this year if they do address it. But they are aware of how bad the system is. They just haven't done anything about it. They have other priorities. Let's see. Yeah, no problem, M78. And if anyone else has any other questions or ones that I missed, let me know, or teams that you wanted me to do. Can I explain necromancy and merchant traits? It seems like they double dip. Is that right? No. Well, I don't know what you mean by double dip, but, no, they only apply once, but they apply to the full total. So let's say that you were going to go and get, well, actually, wait, do they? 1 second. I actually forget if it does it that way. 1 second. I need to go test in a little thing. No, I believe it just adds it normally. It doesn't do it double. Like, I believe it just adds the percent on top of whatever you'd already be getting. So if you were getting, let's say, a 150% bonus, and you had like 2 merchants for 50%, that would give you a total of 200%. I don't believe it does the 150%, and then it does the 50% on top of that 150, which would technically be what you mean by double dipping, I would assume. But I believe it just adds it on top. Pretty sure, though I never really paid like excessive attention to it as of recently. Because they could have changed it just randomly. It wouldn't be the first time that mechanics has just randomly changed between patches with no announcement. But, no, I'm pretty sure it only applies once. But now you saying that makes me question if that is the way it is. But, I don't know an easy way to really test that, though. Because now, we have a really weird number of gold and souls because of, the, Mimic and the Moon both give us a ridiculously weird percent, which makes it hard to really determine any of that. But no, it works, normally. It doesn't do anything weird. It just, whatever percent it says is just what it ends up giving you as bonus. And it stacks with all your other bonuses, of course. It's just all additive together. Same as the pet bonus and all that. Do keep in mind that your gold bonuses, the gold bonus within a battle does not increase the gold bonus of this value right here. Only all of these values right here end up increasing it, aside from difficulty. But, this value right here, let's say you do 2 merchants on your team for 50% extra gold. That has 0 effect on this number right here. That I do know. And that hasn't changed. Also, if you're doing it on revenge battles, do keep in mind that you are getting twice the amount of gold, even though it doesn't actually show you at the end of battle. It just randomly gives you 2 times the amount of gold. So that's another thing if you're testing it specifically in PvP. Okay, we'll go take the green over. Grab that. Move the other one over. Go for a Apothecary. Go for Gurgulfa. See what else we need. We don't have alignment on that. Actually, we don't have enough mana for it, do we? Oh, that's unfortunate. I guess we'll just go and maybe just Gurgulfa or something then. Oh, no. Never mind. We have it on blue to yellow. Almost didn't see that. It didn't even do a single thing, though. What even? That had zero alignment whatsoever on anything. So we'll just clear out the entire board very easily. And should be good to go from there. And now everything just drops instantly. As long as we have one more cast, that is. We'll go take that. Oh! Wait, how is that not an extra turn? Did I take it incorrectly? What? What? Okay. Game, what are you doing? That was totally an extra turn, and you didn't take it. I saw that, game. That was an extra turn. I'm not going crazy. They said that they fixed some gem things this patch, which were things that I didn't even know, like, they weren't even an issue at all, from what I could tell. And in doing so, they broke the game even more. But yeah, that is definitely happening now ever since this patch. You will take it 5 times or 4 times and it doesn't even give it to you. That is really strange. I don't know if I've lost a Guild War battle because of it yet, but I'm pretty sure someone has. Which would be really annoying. Because I don't mind it so much in PvP, but that'd be very, very bad if that happened in Guild Wars. Oh, so hello, Greedin. Zolkari is a really good kingdom to have as one of your first kingdoms to go on level 10. Not only is it magic, but its tribute isn't that bad because it's all souls and glory. Glory is the best possible tribute, souls is the second best, and gold is the worst. They are changing how home kingdoms and stuff work in the future, though we'll have to see exactly what happens and when that comes around. But I believe that's coming next patch or the following patch, not fully certain. Well, we'll go clear out the board with Gurgulfa. And we have to kill them 8 times over, but there we go. Oops, I could have just already won. Well, there we go. Never mind. We still already won. And there we go. Let's see. Do you ever think they will ever bring the ability to have actual player versus player matches into this game? No, I really wish they would. But I believe it won't happen. They said in the past if they would, it would be on like some kind of little mini game kind of thing. Where it would kind of be multiplayer, but kind of not be multiplayer. But no, they pretty much have to build an entire new game for them to easily implement multiplayer. There isn't any way for them to really get around to it directly in this game. They're likely going to add things in the future that are kind of multiplayer-like, in a way. Kind of like the guild system, except different. But they're never going to have like real multiplayer in the game. Okay, we'll go take the... Oh, we're frozen on green, and I can't get Apothecary down for free turn. I guess we just convert out green then. Okay, what do we have here? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. So we'll go, and I'm just going to go Gurgulfa. Or I may take the red first, just to make sure he gets full mana. And he still doesn't even get full mana. But we'll go get Apothecary down. Whoa, 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 whoa. Slow it down. We'll go and take ourselves the purple away, and then get some kind of convert. And it should be match. And there we go. From almost losing to instantly winning in 1 cast, pretty much. Actually 2 casts, but oh well. Close enough. We killed 3 in 1 cast. Also, that is insane value if you compare that to absolutely anything in the game. Instantly kill 3 to 4 troops in 1 cast. Pretty much. Alright, we'll go and take that down. Take the other one. It kind of does remind me of Great Maul. I don't think Bone Dragon as much, but it definitely reminds me of Great Maul. Back when he could just keep devouring over and over again. Where 1 skull spam could end up killing 2 to 4 troops. It's pretty much the exact same thing. Except instead of gaining their stats, you just kill them out instead of gaining any stats. Yeah, we'll go grab all that. Assassin used to be like that too, but they nerfed Assassin to make it so it can't multi-trigger anymore. What do we need here? We don't have either of the alignments, so we'll just go clear out the whole board. Hope he doesn't drain it. Of course. Well, plan B is hopefully we have alignment on something. That, or we'll just go and apothecary into something. So we'll go grab that. Clear out the board again, since we don't have anything to do, and hope it's an extra turn, because if not, we lose all of our manas. That is not an extra turn. Oh, yes, it is. Never mind. There we go. Perfect. So we'll go grab our thing right there. That should be enough blues that we get this, and that's match. And now that Cyan's dead, it should just be a cakewalk. And one more will kill it. And down it goes. I was like, hello, Candy. Welcome. All they need to do now is to add the wildcard gems to make things even more broken. Oh, no, they're never going to add that. They better not. That's, yeah, that'd be really misplaced in this game. There's too many colors. It worked in Puzzle Quest 1 very effectively because there was only 4 colors. It kind of worked in Puzzle Quest 2 because there was only 5 colors. But it would never work in Gems of War because there's 6 colors. So, yeah, that would not be a good idea. I don't think they'll do that. I don't mind them bringing mechanics from Puzzle Quest, though. There's a lot of great mechanics that they can still bring over. But Wild Cards is not one of them. What do we need here? We'll go take the yellow. I'm actually even surprised they even brought Doomskulls into this game. Due to how much more overpowered they are in this game. There is a gigantic difference. The main reason that Doomskulls were balanced in Puzzle Quest, there was actually a couple of reasons. One was because the cooldowns on everything, or pretty much the main reason why it actually worked, is everything in Puzzle Quest had a cooldown on it. Or most everything. All of the better abilities had a cooldown on it, whereas everything in Gems of War, other than like 1% of the troops that have a single cast ability, do not have any cooldown whatsoever, so you can just keep spamming them over and over again. The other big difference is Gems of War has a lot more destroys, a lot more explodes, and a lot more board control than what Puzzle Quest ever had. And with all that board control and all the better synergies and all the better abilities and just having more abilities in general, there's a lot more overpowered combos that you can do with it compared to in Puzzle Quest, where you didn't have anywhere near as many ways to actually use or create the Doomskulls. Actually, there was more ways to create the Doomskulls in Puzzle Quest, because there's barely any right now in Gems of War. But there was way more ways to destroy them in this game than there was in Puzzle Quest. And even if you could destroy them in Puzzle Quest, the ability you use to destroy them would have a cooldown. So you would have to wait until multiple turns went by before you can actually use it again. Let's see. Also, abilities could fail in Puzzle Quest too. So even if you had like the most perfect board set up to go do something with, you would still have a % chance that you would fail your ability if the enemy had a counter to it. Because in Puzzle Quest, there was a % counters that you would, your enemy would not be able to do their ability at a certain % chance based on the color. So let's say it was like a yellow, a 10% chance that if you cast a yellow ability, it will not be able to work. So for example, brown won against this to make sure that it couldn't do its ability. I don't know if they would ever add that to Gems of War. I feel like that might be a somewhat annoying mechanic, but it would be a great way to finally balance infinite looping. It's what Puzzle Quest did to balance it. I don't know if they'll actually implement it into Gems of War, though. It'd be interesting. It's about one of the only few things they could really do to, like, maybe finally fix it. Because that has always been an issue in this game. Not so much when it first started, but definitely in the most recent year or two. Because they keep adding more and more combos, meaning better synergies, meaning more infinite loops. And they are starting to get slightly out of hand. Ever so slightly. Because freeze isn't even good enough to really counter them most of the time. Well, it can. That's the mechanic that was added for that purpose. That's basically the whole point of freeze, is to basically serve that purpose. But, I don't know. I personally don't find it to work too particularly well. Unless they add some kind of new way to apply freeze to things. Like a board effect that automatically does it, or some kind of troop that automatically does it on the first turn. Like a mythic that auto-freezes the entire enemy team when the battle begins or something. Well, we'll go and get that down. And dead. On to the next one. I keep getting the Sting guy, too. We've gotten him quite a few times in recent times. Mainly the Mini Maul, I think we've been getting the most, though. Got it, I think, 5 times this week. 4 or 5 times. But we're only 1 pet away if we could ever actually find it. The Coca-Cola bear. Go take the green. Oh, what else do we need to move? Oh, let's take the red then. Go grab that. Also, I'll have the first redeem code soon. I would say I would give it out when we find our first pet gnome / treasure gnome, but yeah, we haven't found any yet. We'll give the second one out when we find one. Well, we'll give the first one out after we get this pet, I guess. Let's go through the explosion. Oh, what were wild cards? Sorry, I didn't even explain what they were. Wild cards were basically a gem that would have a 2 times to an 8 times multiplier on it, and it would count as every color in the game. So let's say it was right here over this purple. We could actually, let's say it was right here over this. Where's a good location to show an example? There's no good location. Let's just say this green was a wild card. A 5 times wild card. Basically what this would do is it would count as every possible color. So we could take it up like this to go get a red. Or we could go take it down like this right there to make sure we get that to go get it into the blue. You could also use it for 2 simultaneously. So for example, I don't think there's a location on the board that is an example of that. But let's say there's a wild card right here. Let's just say we somehow instantly made 1 wild card right there. We would get it for the green and we'd get it for the yellow. Both of them simultaneously by having a wild card there. But it would count as every possible color and it would have a multiplier on it at minimum of 2 times. And whatever the multiplier is how much more mana you would get. So if, let's say, we were to go and take it for this red right here, and it was a 5 times, that would give us, at minimum, 15 mana from taking it, even if it doesn't surge. And who knows what surge would do. If it did 30, that would be insane. It'd probably just do 18 if it was added to Gems of War. But, yeah, I don't think they would ever add that. There's too many colors. There's way too many colors to implement something like that in this game. Yes, it was really powerful. It didn't give any mana when exploded, though. It gave 0 mana when destroyed or exploded, only if you manually took it on the board, which basically encouraged you to have to use converters or to use, or to manually take it off the board. Either or would work. If you exploded it or destroyed it, it would not function. So in that regard, it was pretty balanced, but in this game, again, there's just too many colors. It wouldn't work with 6. Maybe if they made some kind of game mode in this game, they can implement it, but they wouldn't be able to do it in normal battles. They would have to implement it into something that has a lot less color. At most 5 colors. But it works a lot better with 4. Okay, let's go into the other few. Spell resistance was a real pain to deal with. I actually didn't mind it that much. I think the only really annoying mechanic that Puzzle Quest 1 had was mana burn. Or mana drain, which is also a really ridiculously annoying mechanic in Gems of War. But basically, whenever there was no moves left on the board in Puzzle Quest, what would happen is both sides would lose all of their mana, absolutely all of it, 100% of their mana, and you would then go to whatever the next turn is, or you know, if it's still your turn and it happens, you'd still have it, but it's basically how it is now. And instead of, right now, basically when there's no moves left, it'll just shuffle the board. What would happen in the other game is it would shuffle the board, but it would also drain every mana from everything on the entire, all of them, everything. All mana pulls down to 0 on everything within the battle. So yeah, that was annoying. Very, very annoying. Basically, just imagine a famine every single time there was nothing left on the board. It does affect both players, but it made it so slow. Battles like, oops, why did I do that? Wow, why did I do that? We could have already won. But battles that would have taken, that could have taken only like a minute or so, could go on for like 5 minutes if you kept getting mana drains. It was really annoying. And you couldn't even help it sometimes. What to replace Hellcat with in every Skull team? There isn't really a replacement. Alchemist's Moneylender is the closest thing to a Hellcat. And other than that, Ragnagord in a way, in some team contexts, will work. And if you really had to, Banshee's the same coloration and creates red, though it only converts out blue. It doesn't convert out the other colors. So very rarely is it used compared to a Hellcat due to how much versatile a Hellcat is in comparison. But it technically is the same color and same convert, just it isn't as versatile. Ha! Wild Storm. Could you imagine that? A Wild Storm? It'd pretty much just be infinite mana. It'd also basically just be infinite cascades. Because if you're just constantly dropping things that are counting as any color, basically everything that falls would instantly match into everything else. Wild Storm. Okay, we'll go and get that down. Did we get an apothecary anywheres? Or anything anywheres? You know what? We're gonna go for this and just hope it gets lucky. Good enough. Okay, we'll go through it on purple. Get that down. Take that down. Get a Glaceon if we have. Maybe. Oh, okay, we'll throw that instead. And down it goes. Hello, Simpalman. Welcome. Rarity indicator? Type here. Wait, what? I don't know what you mean by that. You wonder if spell cooldown will cool things down? Ha, that's funny. It could. I don't know if they would really implement something like that, though. I really wish they would add more troops to have that single cast ability thing. But, yeah, I guess these cooldown on abilities would work. The problem is, how would they balance cooldowns? Because they could overly nerf way too many troops if they add cooldowns to most things. Also, what would need to dictate getting a cooldown as well? Like, would it just be lower rarity stuff? Would it also be higher rarity stuff? Would it just be a mana increase to things instead of specifically a cooldown for some things instead of others? There'd be a lot they would have to think about for that. And it'd pretty much change the entire balance of the game overnight. So it'd be a really gigantic change if they ever did that. But, yeah, it is something that they could consider. I don't think that would be something they would actually implement, though. They've mentioned in the past that they're actually fine with all the looping that's going on to encourage players that are capable of doing it, just to give them, you know, like the better advantage. But in the same way, they do need to tone it back down some because it's just way too easy to do. It is way too easy to loop in this game. And that's mainly has to do with how many troops there are. It's already over 500 troops, not to mention hundreds of weapons. Not to mention they keep adding like several per month. At minimum these days we're getting like 8 new troops a month. And that's assuming we don't get a new kingdom or anything. Because we get a new mythic every month, we get a new pet every month, though that doesn't have any effect on the too much. We're getting a new kingdom every about 3 months, which is 8 to 9 troops every single time. And we're getting about 2 troops every event, if not more. And that's not counting any other side things that they might do that adds even more troops. Okay, we'll go and... Do we throw Apothecary anywhere? I guess we'll throw it onto purple or something. Hello, Caveira. Any replacement for King Bloodhammer in my current team? Yes, almost everything. Well, it wouldn't be as effective as far as overall damage. But as far as replacing that out, yeah, you could go replace it with a Ragnagord for mana generation in like second slot to go feed up to your Glaceon. You could go with a Shegra, even though you already have the other Denial. It just works decently as far as the coloration. You could end up going with a... I guess basically any red spammer in the game. You could go with Sakima. You could go with a... I'm trying to think of what that other red is. I keep trying to think of it, but I keep failing. There's a specific troop I'm trying to mention, but I keep forgetting its name. But yeah, basically anything that is capable of creating skulls there is perfectly fine. That or something that can mana generate you mana to the other ones. Either or is basically what you'd want to put there. But yeah, as far as brown reds are concerned, well, it doesn't even necessarily need to be a brown red. Basically just any red in the game that you feel like putting there. Oops, wrong category. But yeah, let's see. Everything that would work. Where is everything? Dark Maiden wouldn't be horrible. Dark Troll would feed you purple, though probably not worth it. Element Grim if you wanted to reduce down their attack, though that's not too relevant. Element Grim if you wanted a cheap one that heals and gives you attack. Let's see. Goblin Rocket for board control. Ice Goblin for board clear and automatic extra turn and freeze, which synergizes with Glaciana's freeze. Infernus if you just feel like using an Infernus. Catchers for the same reason. Where's all the skulls? Why does it feel like there's no skull options? I guess a Courage. Oh, you know what? I didn't even think about that. Courage would actually probably be the best one. How could I not think of such a thing? Let's go put a Courage here and see what happens. I know it's not the same as having a Storm, but everyone owns a Courage pretty much. You get it ridiculously easy off of the guild chest. So let's go do Courage. Yeah, Courage would probably work best there if you didn't have a King Salinas. How did I not think of that first? We'll go for that. Go for the yellow. It's like probably one of the most obvious choices, and it's like the last thing I think of. We'll go and throw the Gorgulta down. Because we get 3 attack every time we take a skull. 2 attack to all allies, and HP to all allies per skull we take. Plus we get an attack buff every time we cast them. We don't have a burn to synergize with him, but he doesn't really need a burn. That's just to get a little bit of extra stats. So right here, we can actually use this on Doomskulls too, but in this case I'm actually going to throw it on Brown. I was hoping we'd extra turn off that, apparently not. What's nice is we create reds that we can then use synergize into Glaceon's alignment. He does deny it out, but oh well. Not much we can do about that. Also, speaking about things we can't do anything about, wow, he just killed out the Gorgulta already. But, yeah, it should be fine to go. We don't have a Doomstorm, but we're still going to be able to get all the mana we need, it looks like. We'll throw this onto the purple. And I don't believe we have alignment, so we'll have to figure out what we want to do with that. Move that down. Take this one down as well and see where that leaves us. And we do have that. Perfect. Go grab that then. Feels weird not having a blue convert. I'm so used to using it when using the Glaceon. We'll go move that over. Double check where our apothecary is. We have it on blue. I guess we technically can deny it and be fine. We do need it for the blue to yellow, but... Problem is we have apothecary down here, but we don't have anything else to go use behind it because we're not using a brown there. Let's see. I guess I will get rid of yellow. I don't think we have a Glaceon, though. So we're just going to have to take a Doomskull. Oh, we do have it over there, but it's not going to chain react into anything. Oh, wait, we got that. That's still not exactly what we need, though. Because it's not an extra turn. Take that. Still no extra turnarounds. At least we got a really high attack value, though. It's 68 attack. Might not even really need to bother with it. Don't think I am. We'll just go take that down. And all we have to do now is just apothecary into a skull alignment of some kind. We'll do that on purple, because that's one of the colors we don't need for anything. And come on, where's every alignment? We can't even get it on the color that we barely need. Alright, we'll just apothecary that into hopefully getting a Doomskull alignment. Oh, there we go, never mind, we don't even need it, because we get so much extra damage off a Courage Skull. But yeah, that would be perfectly fine to use. Even if you don't have it traded, it would still work out. You get a lot of attack and the mana from his thing. But, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what you would use. You might want to replace our Apothecary with something else, though, at that point. Because it doesn't feel like it's helping as much if you're not running a brown and last slot, but it still works. Of course, you don't have the Storm, but you have to keep in mind, you could use the other person's Storm, too. A lot of people are running King Highforge right now. I mean, King Bloodhammer. Also, they're running King Highforge with King Bloodhammer as well. I don't personally run that much, though. But it is another combo you could do. Where to move? I guess we'll take the brown and hope for some kind of weird cascade like a double yellow. That was really unlikely, but hey, you never know. It can happen. It's worth trying. So we'll go to grab that. Did it that way just so we could have a chance of getting both of them to full mana. Of course, we only got the Apothecary to full, though. What do we get this on? Red? Is it fine throwing on red? Sure, let's go throw it on reds. Hello, Alfie! No, you cannot have mods. No mod for you. You used your power the first time around. I was like, hello, Sysmon, welcome. Okay, we have a huge alignment right there. Get that. Throw that into the non-existing Bloodhammer. We'll go throw this into that right there. And, oh wait, did we finish out pet battles? I don't recall me finishing out pet battles for the current pet. I think I got distracted, went to show something and then didn't finish out the battles. I'm gonna double check. We'll throw this in there. I think that's a miss, but it should give us a follow-up next turn. Unless he clears out all the board, which he just did. Okay, where's the board at right these days? Not worth casting is where it's at. So we'll just go clear the board again with Apothecary. And that's a board I want to see, except it's not our turn. So that's the board I don't want to see then, because it's just going all to him. Well then, we'll go get this down. It should still be the win. All we have to do now is just hit him like one more time. And that's it. There we go. Okay. On to the next one, and see what our pets are at. I lost all my hair. Is this a reaction to Doomskull? Yes, I pulled all my hair out. Out of frustration from Doomskulls. I stopped at the 6th battle. How on earth did that happen? I had a feeling I didn't finish it. Wow. I think that's the first time I've ever randomly stopped at that location. Just like midway through them. Yeah, you can use Courage on Doomskulls if you want. Did I not do it a single time in that battle? Yes, you can do that. It's not always the best thing to do, but you can use Courage on Doomskulls, yes. You can use everything on Doomskulls that has a targetable thing. So you can use all 6 of the Guardians, and you can use Devoted to target Doomskulls to create Doomskulls. That doesn't mean you always do that, though. Because without a Doomstorm, it's not always as worth always aiming at the Doomskulls. If you did have a Doomstorm active somehow, then it would be. But if you're not running a Bloodhammer, then you'd need someone else's Bloodhammer to Doomstorm off of. Alright, we'll go move that down. Get that in there. But yeah, if you have to depend on someone else's Doomhammer, I mean a Bloodhammer, you won't always be able to do it every battle, of course. Well, we'll get a, something. I guess we'll throw that from the top. And that'll be that. We'll go and throw like a blue in there. You know what, let's just throw this and see what happens. It kills it, that's what happens. Then we extra turn off the Gigantic Cascade. Very nice. There we go. And as I said, I would give a redeem code out when I finish out this pet. I didn't mean to delay it like that, but yeah, let me go give out the redeem code since we finish out this battle thingy. Hello, Alex. On your video for new players, there was a group of dungeons with Cockatrice, Azura, Dragonian Monk, and Hobgoblin. You don't have the Hobgoblin. Which minion can you replace him with? Oh, that was one of the older ones that I showed. But it still ends up working. I'd probably replace it out with a, if you're going to run it that way, probably with a Bullet. I don't believe a Bullet existed when I did that video, but it's the best early game Devourer as of currently. It's a brown-green from Drifting Sands. It's an ultra rare, so you probably have it laying around. If you don't, you'll probably have it soon. But, yeah, put that into your... switch the Dragonian Monk and Hobgoblin and replace the Hobgoblin with the Bullet. So basically put Bullet in 3rd slot and put Monk in 4th. And basically run it that way. Actually, sorry, my bad. Do Cockatrice, Bullet, Azura, and Dragonian Monk. And you can also replace Azura with Alchemist if you want more armor. It would cover less colors, but it would give you... I mean, not armor. It would give you HP, and it would give you the ability to generate yellow into all your other troops. But either or would end up working out. But yeah, you'd end up replacing it with a Bullet. Okay, any alignments on here? Not really. We'll throw that in there. Clear out all the board, go from there. You have a few questions. First one is, how many pets you have? At the moment, 35 out of 36. We're only missing the Coca-Cola beer. Let's see. Oh yeah, I haven't been putting it into the title lately. I'll probably make a title out of it once we finally hit 36. But yeah, we're only one away. Well, what was your other questions? You asked the question, but there was only one question in your question. I'm sure you said, but Dragon Soul teams are amazing treasure map farming teams as well. Yes, pretty much anything that has a lot of board clear is really good at just passively gaining maps. Though I feel like the best mechanic currently for doing that, other than, of course, just using Tyree, would be Doomstorm. It tends to get a lot of really gigantic cascades due to how many explosions it does. So we'll go grab all that, get ourselves 3 mana cubs. I believe that's enough to go level him. I don't need to go level him, but I believe that is enough copies to do so. Yes, it is. We can go and upgrade him. There's probably so many of them that I could ascend that I don't even realize that I can ascend because I can't see their little upgrade thing. Like this way, you could almost get to our legendary. That might be our first legendary. By, well, our first legendary as in natural legendary. This one I got to legend, but I got it by spending gems on it. I haven't gotten a single one naturally to legendary yet. But this mall that I keep getting might be the first one. Okay, wish it was a useful one that we kept getting a lot of copies of. Are any of these other ones 5+? Or, I mean, not 5+, but I mean 6 or higher. Minimo, let's go upgrade that. This doesn't actually do anything, by the way. This just basically destroys 5 of them, but it allows us to level it higher in the future. Of course, I'm not doing that now, though, because I need to throw the food into better troops. And once those better troops get maxed, we can then go put food into the minier ones. But for now, I'm only putting the food into the best possible options. Get the short long upgraded. Get that in there. X out of that. And I believe Bunny's getting close to the next level up as well. Not like it's even that useful. It's actually really bad. Go get this one upgraded. I think that's all of them. Wait, does it actually show you which ones are upgradable? All pet types by colored by gold bonus, upgradable. I assume that means I could feed you. Yeah, it does actually show it based on upgradable. Cool. I didn't realize that. Except it's going to show almost every pet I own. If I do it by upgradable. Oh, wait. No, it's not. It's not showing. Never mind. Upgradable doesn't show anything. Because I already have this guy maxed. And, or, you know, as maxed as he currently can be. Yeah, it's showing he's upgradable. Never mind. Upgradable does nothing. It's a lie. But yeah, I guess pet type is the only one that actually does it. Wait, there's planning on adding multiple that must have EXP bonuses or something. Because there's, they have these categorized by these bonuses, yet there's only one of each, which is, makes you assume that there's going to be more of them. Let's see, color team bonuses. So these are the best ones, of course, or some of the best ones. Gem mastery bonus, which for whatever reason they only did blue, they didn't do the other 5 colors, which kind of seems weird. Gold bonus we already know. Kingdom team bonus, which tend to be okay, depends what kingdom it's for. Soul bonus, we already know that, and troop type bonus, and this one also tends to be okay, again, depends on the troop that it gives it for. This one actually tends to be better than the kingdom bonus, because there's a lot more synergy within troop types than there are within kingdom types, or, you know, within the same kingdom, in most situations. Most kingdoms lack really good synergy within their kingdom. They have some synergy, but it's relatively bad synergy. It's definitely not the greatest, that's for sure. If you had to choose a choice of Fair Shra or King Bloodhammer, Fair Shra. Overall, which one would you choose? Fair Shra. For 2 reasons. 1, Bloodhammer's probably getting nerfed, and 2, whereas Fair Shra is probably never getting nerfed from its current state. Also, in the case of Bloodhammer, he would help you out in PvP, but he wouldn't really help you out in many other situations. Well, I guess Guild Wars in PvP, so you know what? I guess he does help you out for quite a bit of things. But in the long run, I feel like Fair Shra would be better, just because it saves you a lot of time in having to grind souls. You have to keep in mind, too, you can easily use other enemy Bloodhammers for your own benefit. So you don't necessarily need a Bloodhammer, you just need enemies to also have a Bloodhammer, and you can just build your whole team around anti-Bloodhammer, and just use theirs instead. It'd basically be kind of like a Mercy, where you have a 5 versus 3 battle. You could just use their Bloodhammer, use a Firebomb or something on your team, and just utilize theirs instead. Or a Sunbird or something else. You don't need to have a Bloodhammer to use a Bloodhammer. You just need to find someone that has a Bloodhammer to use a Bloodhammer. Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot to go give out the code. Let me go do that right now. Thank you for reminding me. I'll do it right after this battle. For sure this time. I know, nice code. How do you love that code right there? Coming soon. Is coming soon actually 10 characters long? See, it is! I never realized that. That's funny. I should troll. Oh, I should totally do that for like April Fools or something. Have her make a redeem code that says coming soon as the redeem code. She's never actually made that as a redeem code before. But I might need to do that. That would be the greatest code ever to troll with. That needs to happen at some point. Maybe it won't be April Fools, because everyone will expect if I do it for April Fools. I'll need to do that eventually, though. That'll be funny. Anyways, let me go give out that code. Let's see. Where on earth is the code? I will find it. It is buried under all my tabs. I actually have way too many tabs open right now. Let's see. Oops, that is not what I meant to do. I had it open and then I closed it. Fail. We're only 5 more codes left. So we have 2 for today, 1 for Monday, and 2 for next Friday. Soon we'll have 1 every day. But, yeah. Salty needs to give me more codes before we have that. Okay, we'll go do this one. Double check if it even works. Get that in there, get that in there. I'm not a robot. Click redeem. And that is successful. Copy all that, and there we go. Let me go and just make sure. Oh, no, I didn't mean to copy that. Fail. Wrong one. 1 second. Let me go recopy this. Copy that. I meant to paste it, not copy it. Fail. Okay, put that there. And there we go. Okay, anyways. Here's the redeem code. Let me go put it down here. Let's see. Where'd it go? Redeem code section. Put that right there. And boom, there you guys go. There's the redeem code. Also, I don't think I said it this stream, but thank you everyone for 8,300 subscribers. We hit right over that 100 mark. We're so close to 10,000 eventually. I think it's approximately 3 to 4 months away, if I'm not mistaken. We'll probably hit around 10,000. That'll be a gigantic milestone once we finally reach that. There you guys go. There's the code. Oops, that's not even remotely centered. There we go. Close enough. But there it is. Use it on gemsofwar.com underneath the game code section. I'm going to go copy that into chat as well. Either just go to the website or click this link. Either or will work. If the link doesn't work, simply just gemsofwar.com. Other than that, it's only usable on PC and mobile versions of the game, so do keep that in mind. Your invite code can be found underneath your settings menu, wherever it says right here, in your game is what you put in. Don't put in mine, because it won't give it to you if you do. And the redeem code is the one that says redeem code below, or the one that I posted in the chat. Both of them are the same thing. And it gives you the same reward as always. 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, and 2,500 gold. And we'll have another one later on. And we'll just open the 1 gem key. Anything good? Nope. The Dwarven Slayer that ends up killing out itself every time it casts. And you can't even use multiple, because if you do, it won't allow you to use them. So, yeah, he's so useless. I don't know why they even added him. Even in early game, he's barely even useful for anything. Unless you're using, like, a weird summoner team. Yeah, Mab's life is the, I didn't even notice that because of how weirdly she spelled the word life, but yes. That is the code. Yeah, I think I'm going to start giving her sets of 10. Because that'll make it a lot easier if I make them for her. So she can start copy-pasting them. It also makes sure that she doesn't give any kind of ultra weird ones ever. If I actually give her the specific 10 characters to use. Also, thank you for your subscribe, William. There we go, another one. We're 1 step closer. Okay, we'll go through the apothecary down. What should I do for a 10,000 video anyways? If we ever did reach 10,000. We'd have to do something pretty special for it. I haven't done a milestone video for a while, but 10,000 would definitely be a milestone to do it for. Alright, we'll go through that down. And move that down, move that down. Get all that destroyed. Wow. How much value did you just get off of 1 HP? We'll go and throw the explosion. That will way overkill it, but at least it gets it down. So we don't need to deal with that anymore. Throw this on the blue. I didn't even double check for alignment, but yeah, it's there. And that's dead. Oh, never mind. Now it's dead. And there we go. And on to the next one. Oh, he's wearing the little moon. I feel like almost everyone uses a different pet. Let's see. How many different ones can we find? We got the war. We got the Grim Reaper thingy. We got a cat. We got a nothing. He's only level 10, which is why he has nothing on his shoulder. Same person. We got a nothing again. A lot of low levels. A lot of new players coming into the game. Got a bunny. Oh, a cute little bunny. Hey, he's a low level too. What's with all the new levels or new players all of a sudden? What happened that attracted all the newer players? All of a sudden, like half the ones I'm clicking on are like under level 100. But nice to see new players join in the game. Oh, sorry, did I miss your other question after the code? My bad. Let's see. How does the difficulty affect the question or the quest in the kingdom? They just get slightly higher stats and you get slightly more EXP. So if you wanted more EXP, you could do it. Though you'd have to win at the exact same speed at the higher difficulty for you actually to technically be gaining more EXP per hour from doing questing. But yeah, it has almost no effect. I would honestly advise just doing, regardless of what point you're in the game, particularly earlier on, but pretty much at any point within the game, even this late in the game when you have maxed everything, I would still advise doing quests on normal difficulty, just because you generally just want to get them done with, because you'd rather be spending time in PvP or something, or just to read the quest line, just to read it as quickly as possible. But yeah, just put it on normal difficulty and rush through. There's no point in setting difficulty high in quests. In challenges, you definitely want to, but in quests, it's pretty much just wasting time if you set it to a higher difficulty. You're basically making something needlessly harder. Like if you make the treasure gnomes higher difficulty, that does nothing. Or that one does literally nothing. At least with quests, it slightly gives you more EXP, ever so slightly. Yeah, the only things that are ever worth doing in higher difficulty are Arena on Hard and very occasionally on Warlord 1. Challenges on Warlord 2, 3, or 4, ideally on 3. Though if you can do 4, then it is worth doing on 4. Or 2 if you can't do it on either of those two. And as far as the only other place you would ever use higher difficulty would be if you're gold farming casual PvP. Though I don't believe anyone really does that for the most part. But you can gold farm it with a Great Maul team of sorts. And it's about the same gold rate, or possibly even slightly higher than just playing 3 trophy battles back-to-back. And you would have slightly easier battles that way as well. Even though it's higher difficulty, you would have easier compositions, I should say, that you'll be up against. Not necessarily easier battles, they'll technically be harder battles, but you will easily get so much stats from a Devour that it won't really matter. And is that match? Yeah, close enough. Should be the double Doomskull, and that will kill. Actually, triple Doomskull. And there we go. 3 different skull areas. Hello, Imri. Welcome. And no problem for the code, Mario. But yeah, we'll have another code later on. We're probably giving out the next code when we find a pet gnome or a treasure gnome. If we find one. And if we don't, we'll still have one, but it'll be way later in the stream. But we'll have one immediately if we actually find one. Problem is, we need to find one. Problem is, we need to find one. Found 0 in 2 hours of the stream. Well, we haven't streamed 2 hours yet, almost 2 hours. But this entire stream, we found 0 of both. And yesterday, we only found 2 treasure gnomes and 0 pet gnomes. Next Friday, by the way, is the treasure gnome event. I did really bad on it last time. I got 0 vault keys, but it is the best time to try to get vault keys. It's also the best time to open your vault keys if you were, for whatever reason, saving them. It's the best time to throw them down because there's a higher chance you get vault keys within your vault keys, and that will lead to even more vault keys to throw into vault keys, just leading to an endless chain of vault keys. It doesn't actually happen though. The chance of getting a vault key is a few percent chance per gnome, and there's like 3 gnomes per thing. So I believe the cumulative chance is only about a 7%, I want to say, 7 to 10% chance that you'd specifically get a vault key from using a vault key during a treasure hunt event, but it is possible to get a vault key in a vault key. And it's even more possible during a treasure gnome event. Okay, we'll go and I guess we'll go take a brown, take the skull there. Not that important. He's just gonna kill itself out. So a lot of I've noticed a big increase in people actually using this team as of recently. I wonder if they're ever gonna do anything to address this. I did mention that they are gonna be revamping PvP in the future, and they probably would add something to defense that would make it so people would stop doing that. But defense for the entire duration of this game have been irrelevant. In Guild Wars, it matters, but in PvP, throughout the entire history of this game, defending does nothing for you. It's just 100% pointless. You might as well just set the weakest possible team, because that's actually the best thing you could set on, particularly your PvP defense. Of course, Guild War defend, you still want to set as strongly as possible. I'll go move that down. Yeah, Guild War defense is actually the closest they've gotten to fixing it, but it only fixed it for Guild Wars or for that specific game mode. They never really did it for PvP. Alright, we'll go get that in there. And there we go. That's match. If I have to kill them 2 times out, but we hit so much excess damage that it won't really matter. I say that, and then we don't hit anything, of course. We don't even have alignment on it either. There we go, and that's overkill. Hello, Bass. Welcome. Yeah, if you have any vault keys right now, you might as well just save them for next Friday. It's just around the corner. 1 week from today, or 6 days, I mean, from now. So did they change the vault keys like you were talking about? No. The only thing they ended up doing to it was nothing, pretty much. They added a pet gnome to it, but they didn't actually change anything up with it, unfortunately. They were talking about it, but they didn't implement anything in the most recent patch. The only thing different with them is there's now a pet gnome in there, which in a way basically just makes them worse, not better, if anything. But, yeah, not really any kind of change occurred to them. Or no kind of substantial change. Oh, also there's orbs in them now, but wait, what? Weren't orbs already in there? Wait, when did orbs come in? No, orbs came in the previous patch, not this patch. So yeah, orbs were already around. Okay, we'll go and get that down. Oh, we don't have a Glaceon to refire. I guess we'll go take that then. And now we do, except now we don't have alignment. Oh no, but yes we do, we have it right there. So go grab that, go take another one. And that's dead, or almost. Here, I have a skull, and down it goes. They buffed it by nerfing it, yep, pretty much. No, they did say that they were going to consider buffing it in the future by taking away some of the smaller resources. But apparently they didn't yet. But they might still do it, who knows. But I'm still throwing all mine on Friday, next Friday. If nothing else, I need them to try getting my gems back up because they're so low. We're also really low on keys, so hopefully we'll get some other keys like glory keys or gold keys and stuff from it. I mean, not gold keys, gem keys and event keys from it or something. But yeah, next Friday we'll throw down however many we have, like 10 to 12 or however many it is by then. It'll probably be about 9 to 10. Oh, wait, why did I not throw a Glaceon there? That would have been perfect. Oh, well. Hate when I keep taking those red extra turns when I should be taking them for Glaceon. Let's see. What is the invite code on the link? The invite code should be your thing under the options menu. It only works on PC mobile if it's an invite code related to the PC mobile version of the game. But you find it underneath settings, and under every settings in the game, it just shows whatever says there is what you put in for your game. Don't put in mine, but whatever your game says there is what you put in, and it will send it to your account. That's what identifies what account to give it to. Also, there we go. We hit our 120 gems. Really solid amount of gems. Love seeing that from this. But there we go. 120 gems. Really easy to hit. If you haven't hit it yet, I'd highly advise still doing it. All you have to do is play PvP for a few hours and pretty much get it. Probably more towards about 5 hours or so. Depends what team you use. But, yeah, pretty easy to get to. And definitely a really hefty reward, 120 gems for something we'd pretty much already be doing. Not to mention all the other rewards. It's like somewhere around, I think, like 6 gem keys, 150 gems, and a few other small resources this week. So, definitely worth going for if you have the time. We'll go take that up. Grab the brown, take the other brown. Throw Gorgolfa down. What do you think about the boss raid events? Do you think it is possible for a kingdom to come around a second time? Yeah, they probably will eventually. Though they have so many kingdoms, that's going to take forever. I assume they'll rotate through almost every kingdom before they repeat one. So far, they have yet to repeat a single one, nor do I assume they'll do it anytime soon. They'll probably want to do one of each kingdom before they start repeating, because they want to have a raid troop / invasion troop for every kingdom for whatever reason. But, or pretty much, I think that's what they're going to be doing. It seems like that's what they're doing. But, yeah. As far as repeating. It's going to be like a half a year to a year before one of them ever even repeats, I would assume. It's going to be a long time before it does. Oh yes, Godslayers and Invasions do seem to be pretty dead content. I feel like with raids, or with the boss ones, they tend to be slightly better because I feel like if they ever add bosses into other game modes, you'd be able to use it for that. Though, I don't know if they're ever going to be adding towers to other game modes. And if they don't end up doing that, it's going to be a lot of really dead troops. But yes, a good majority of Invasion and Raid troops are pretty much dead content after the week that they come out. So hopefully they'll do something in the future that'll make them useful. They could easily add like one minigame of some sorts to fix that. But yeah, there's currently nothing for them to do beyond their current week. The only thing that they're somewhat okay for is if you're a newer player and you happen to have gotten, let's say, one of the raid ones. Like, for example, next week we'll have an automatic extra turn one. One thing that you can actually use them for is if you're struggling with dungeons as a newer player, you could go and get one of those and then go and use it against the dungeon boss. Because the bosses, the final troops within the dungeons, do count as bosses, so you do still get the 3 times, 4 times, 5 times damage on them, which makes it ridiculously easy to actually kill them. But that's about the only other purpose they have. And the one for invasions, they have no purpose outside of invasions, because towers don't exist anywhere other than invasions. Whereas raid bosses do exist in some locations outside of the raid game mode. There's 2 of them. They're present in dungeons. Like if we go into this battle real quick, you can see that this counts as a boss, which means it does 3 times, 4 times, 5 times damage, whatever multiplier it has. The raid thing would end up doing extra damage to it, and that applies to all 3 of them. So you'd be able to do it to the King Gorgolfa, the King Behemoth, the King Stonehammer, or Eternal Stonehammer, and it also applies to 1 troop. There's currently 1 boss troop that a player can own. Currently 0 people own it, but it is technically possible. Maybe they'll add more in the future, I would assume. They'll probably be ridiculously hard to craft, but Zugoff, the player-owned version of Zugoff, is counted as a boss, meaning that he is horrible. So he's even more horrible than you could ever imagine, other than his cost. But this makes it so he can be hit by 5 times damage with those things that are mythic, which late-game players are pretty much, by the time you find a Zugoff anywheres, you just be able to go use any of the 5 times damage, fully ascended raid things against it and just one-shot it. So why exactly is he a boss? I don't know. But yeah, it's weird. Because Zugoff, in theory, could potentially be one of the worst troops in the entire game because of that. Because, yeah, he'd be easily one-shottable by all of these troops that are coming in through raids. So, yeah, that's pretty bad, to say the least. Not to mention, you could start running 4 times goblins against this, since the goblin that's coming in next week is going to be a raid counter boss thing that automatically has an extra turn. So you could just use a 4 times goblin team, not just for next week's raids, but let's say a bunch of boss troops start coming in that are player-owned. You could just use a 4 times goblin team with the one that's coming in next week, and you'd just be able to do 3, 4 times, 5 times damage to this constantly, and to just kill it out. And it's basically like a no troop even is there, since you'll just be able to 1 to 2 shot it with whatever bonus you have. But yeah, it's strange. But there are technically some uses for the raid ones outside of the game mode. But the invasion ones are, yes, as you mentioned, 100% useless outside the game mode, at least currently. In the future, that might change, but as of currently, they are useless. Let's see. We'll go take the skull. Well, I shouldn't say fully useless. You do, of course, want at least 1 copy of it to at least get some kingdom leveling, of course. And, of course, you might want 1 copy of it during the event. But, you know, after the event, it's pretty useless other than just for its kingdom bonus thing. Because technically, every troop has value due to the kingdom bonus. How the system works with kingdom stars. Let's see. Can I ever what? Did the code already reach maximum uses? We'll have another one later on in the stream. You got 8 Glaceon earlier this morning, but don't have the trade stones to fully trade them yet? That's fine. Glaceon's actually perfectly fine without being fully traded. The one that really matters is if Bloodhammer's fully traded. But Glaceon makes almost no difference traded or untraded, unless you're specifically using it in first slot. But if you're not using it in first slot, it's pretty much the exact same troop, regardless of if it's traded or not. Let's see. The Vault event, but now they start every month, this event. No, the Treasure Gnomes have always been once a month. The Vault event and the Bounty Hunter always run once a month. It's runs from Friday to Saturday. I mean, Friday from Monday reset once a month for both of them. It's not every 3 weeks. Raids is basically all the things that run in this game is every new event reset is every single week. Every free pet gnome thing is every week on Wednesday. Or actually, let me go and re-say that. So every single weekly reset for like PvP and just basically everything within the game is like for event key drop table and, you know, just all that kind of stuff is every single Monday. Every pet reset is every week on Wednesday. Every single dungeon switches over every single day. As far as the guild-related modes, they run on a tri-weekly game mode where it goes Guild Wars, Raids, and Invasion, switching between the three. For Mythics, one Mythic is added every month. For Kingdoms, it's about every 3 months. For, what are the things I missed? For new pets, it's one every month or so. I can't show the other thing, but there's a new dragon coming in next Wednesday. What other thing did I miss? Oh yeah, for Treasure Gnomes, it's once a month from Friday to Monday reset. And for the Bounty Hunter, it's once a month from Friday to Monday reset. And the next one's in 19 days and 14 hours, since we just recently had one the other week. But yeah, they all run once a month, or the two game modes, Bounty Hunter, or the two Friday to Sunday things. It's Bounty, and then 2 weeks later, it's Treasure Gnomes. So basically, I guess you could see it on a double weekly thing, or whatever you say. Whatever terminology you would use for that. But yeah, every other week would end up being either Bounty Hunter or a Treasure Gnome event. Of course, this week it's nothing because we just had the Bounty Hunter thingy. Should we go to dungeons real quick? Let's just go through dungeons. I was kind of mentioning stuff about them. Let's just go Sunbird it down and go from there. Is it possible to revert fully traded troops back to level 1, or cannot no longer do that? Only if they are specifically refundable. Yeah, basically only if they're specifically refundable. I don't think they will do that if you just contact them and say that, unless you did it on accident or unless it was caused by a glitch or some other kind of weird thing. But no, I don't think they just plain straight out just refund stuff like that. If there was like a nerf or something to it, they normally would, even if it wasn't like actually added. Like, let's say something got indirectly nerfed and you tell them, hey, this thing kind of got nerfed indirectly, could I get a refund for this thing because it got affected by it? They would normally be okay with that. But if you just like just level something and then like later decide, oh, I don't want this anymore, unless it specifically got nerfed, I don't think they actually will refund it for you. But yeah, normally there's a mechanic within the game that basically whenever you have a basically whenever a troop gets nerfed, like let's say Bloodhammer gets nerfed next patch, for 1 week it'll be a there'll be a refund button on top of it. And while it doesn't refund, like let's say event keys or stuff that you threw into it, it would refund all of the trait stones you put in and all the souls you put in to 100% the rate. So you would get all that. Oh yeah, bi-weekly is what you would do for that. I knew there was a term for it, I just couldn't think of it off the top of my head. Does Devour hit through barrier trait? No. No Devour hits through barrier. Well, actually I shouldn't say no Devour. No Devour that doesn't have a damage assist hits through barrier. Basically, if you only do a Devour and the ability is Devour and nothing else, it will always be blocked by barrier. There are troops that have damage plus barrier, though do keep in mind that a lot of these troops do it in a weird order. Some of them do their damage first and then the Devour, which will make it so they will actually have the Devour always, and the barrier will never have anything effect against it other than on their damage. Or there's troops that do it the other way around, where the Devour triggers first, and then it triggers the damage. Things that tend to do it that way are things that only hit a single target. For example, things like Cabarrus ends up triggering the Devour before the damage, meaning that if something has barrier and it triggers the Devour on it, it will actually be protected from Devour, and it will only take damage. But there's also troops that do it in the other order, like a Kraken, which does the damage first, and then it rolls the Devour chance, meaning that you would always at least have the chance of Devouring, even if you don't end up getting it. And Barrier would never be able to protect against it. Yeah, it's kind of weird. I don't know why so many things are different in that regard, but it is. That's just the way it is. Is that enough damage? No. No, that's not enough. We'll take the Doomskull. Oops, oh no! No! If we fail because of that. If I lose the battle because I did that, give him the 4 times thing right there. That is a gigantic fail. Gosh, I haven't lost in dungeons for ages. I'll go move that over. That was a huge mistake. Oops, was that just sitting there? I think it was. I could have taken that. Move that down. Come on, Rowan, get your mana. We'll go take, we'll let him have a skull distract, why not? Here, have a skull. And we'll take the other green, and that is not enough damage, but it is enough to kill him at least. So we'll do that, and now we just need to hit him with 1 single poke of damage. That awkward moment when you lose a dungeon battle this late in the game. No, he should be fine. As long as he doesn't somehow find a way to do all that damage to us. He just has to... Oh, actually, at this point, all he has to do is hit 1 skull. Oh, no, never mind, 2 skulls. He barely gained any stats, gosh. Basically 0. Oh, no, he's trying, but we'll take the skull in that match. He almost got it. That was completely my fault if I would have lost that battle, though. And that's that. Oh, yeah, I forgot. I'm not buying them anymore. We're saving our gems. Look at how much of gems we've accumulated now. We would only have like 5,000, 5,200 gems or so if we kept spending those packs all week. Yeah, we'd have 300 less gems. Look at that. We'd only have 5,266 gems if we didn't buy those. But, look, now we have a nice, decent amount there. Hard mode dungeons, huh? Ha ha ha, I know. Well, we're not really using a real team. We're using a rush team. And sometimes you can get trolled with it. It mainly depends how much you keep spamming the Sunbird or not. Let's see. Did I miss a question? Is that even a question? Yes, I have missed a question. I'm almost guarantee I have. Problem is actually finding it. What do you think about the boss raid event? Do you think... Oh, never mind. I already answered that, I think. Yeah, I already answered that. Never mind. Okay, never mind. I already answered everything. What are you doing to accumulate gems? As far as a good majority of my gems, they're basically just coming from the guild. I end up getting several hundred every single week from the guild. We end up getting quite a few from doing whatever the event objective things are for the week. Of course, we got, like, what, 150 or something this week? Yeah, 150 gems plus the other stuff, which saves us gems. Other than that, if I was opening any keys, quite a few of them came in from gold keys from when I was opening a bunch of them earlier from the most recent kingdom. Other than that... Where else are we getting gems? I don't really play treasure hunt much. They come from that. My tribute every hour basically gives me on average about 8 gems or so. Because you get gems based on your tribute, based on whatever your tribute is, minus 1 times 1. Never mind, it's not times by anything. The gold key is times by 2. But whatever your tribute is, minus 1 is how many gems you get. So let's say we get a 9 tribute. We end up getting 8 gems from it. I believe it is currently about an 8 average with how many we have. So every single hour that we just go and click that, which I do probably at minimum like 6 times a day normally. So let's just say 10, because if I'm playing a lot, like on days like these, we probably hit you way more than 10. But let's just say on average I hit it 10 times a day. And let's just say it's an average of 7 gems, so an average of 8 tribute. That means I'm gaining 70 gems per day doing pretty much nothing. Not to mention we're getting gold keys from that, which can also give gems. So we're gaining about 75 to 80 gems a day doing nothing other than tributes. So that alone doing that, of course, we're getting from our guild, we're getting it from that, and we're getting it from the excess keys that we might throw down on occasion. That's about all of them. I don't think we're really getting them from too many other locations. Treasure hunt would be the main other location to go and kind of accumulate them, but I personally don't do that too much. It's about 50 to 60 gems per hour doing treasure hunt, rushing through it, assuming you have the maps. It's a little bit less if you don't have the maps, but yeah, it's pretty much everywhere you can get gems. There aren't too many other locations, but a good majority of them, like 90% of my gems or so, are coming from guild tasks. Specifically, not legendary tasks. They're not actually under legendary tasks anymore, but just doing the gem thing here. The blue color has a lot of gems underneath it that you end up accumulating. Did I answer Sheikat's Spartan question? What was his question? I was wondering as well, but from the picture I see that he was White Helm as well. Yes, White Helm is the best home kingdom, if that was your question. Sorry, what was the question? They are changing that in the future so that that isn't the case, but at this current moment in time, White Helm is always the best kingdom. You just had a fight with your guildmates. They say White Helm is the best kingdom as a main kingdom because of the 60 times 2 glory, and they say glory is the hardest resource to get. Isn't Pridelands better? Yes and no. Pridelands is weird in that its ratios gives you the relative to how kingdoms are ratioed out. For whatever reason, Pridelands has an ever so slightly higher ratio on all of them. So if you wanted a nice mix of every resource, I guess technically you could go Pridelands, because they, for whatever reason, did the math wrong when they ended up doing the tribute for it, and they gave it slightly higher ratio than any other kingdom in the game. The problem with this is it gives you a lot of gold and souls that aren't really that worth it, compared to the amount of glory you end up getting just from pure glory. So even though Prideland's ratio is above average compared to the normal kingdom's ratio, the White Helm is still better. But yeah, I guess if you specifically wanted a mix of everything, you could go Pridelands if you really wanted to. It's not a bad home kingdom, but White Helm is technically better. Especially this late in the game if you already have a really high percent. If you have a low percent, it doesn't really matter as much. But if you have a really high percent, I would definitely, like at 10%, 20%, 30%, which is now possible on White Helm, I would definitely suggest using White Helm over Pridelands. But yeah, glory is the only resource that technically cannot be bought in game, even though there kind of are ways that it can. But whereas gold and souls you can easily accumulate by other means. Also, the amount of time that it takes to get each resource you have to factor in as well. As far as gold, the amount of time it takes to get a gold tribute, so this would be 1,500 gold. The amount of time that it takes to get that much gold would be about 1 minute or less, so it doesn't take that long at all. To accumulate this many souls, which is how many a pure soul would end up giving, it would take around, that's 240, so that again would take about 1 minute or less, depending on the soul farming team you're using. Could take maybe 2 or 3 minutes, depending on if you're doing it in like PvP or something like that. So it could take a little bit longer, but definitely better than gold, but still pretty bad. But if you go over to glory and how much glory you end up getting from a White Helm thing, you end up getting 60 glory, or of course these are all my ratios, but 60 glory from a tribute. And 60 glory takes anywhere from about 5 to 15 minutes to accumulate, which is way longer than all the other tributes. So yeah, White Helm's always the best, or anything that has a really high glory amount, which White Helm just happened to be the highest one. Oops, I did not mean to use this team in PvP. Whoops! Well then, how long will it take us to lose this battle? Actually, we could win by using his Doomstorm. Let's see how lucky we can get, or unlucky. You know what? We could actually win by constantly using Sunbird. That would be hilarious if we actually win this. I might actually win it by using his Doomstorm to win the battle. And constantly using Sunbird so it doesn't die. Though it's about to die in like one hit. Let's see. This is obviously not what we meant to use though. Okay, good. The Apothecary mainly missed. Mostly, kind of. Not really. Never mind. We lost. That was worth a shot. That was to be expected though. Rip. That is not what I meant to use. Pretty much any team other than that would work. Never use your Explorer teams in PvP. Also, never use your PvP teams in Explore. Well, actually, technically you can get away with PvP and Explore, but you can't get away with Explore and PvP. The problem with using PvP and Explore, though, is it's too slow compared to quick Explore teams. Oh, Pet Gnome! Oh, guild. Someone in my guild. Anyone here? Tell me if we have a Pet Gnome active. I think I still saw the Sting was up, but let me know if it's gone yet. We got a Pet Gnome. Finally, first Pet Gnome in like 2 or 3 days. Of course, that I found. Of course, my guild has been finding quite a few of them. Luckily. Because if it was dependent on me, we'd only have like 3 this entire week. Let's see. Yeah, is anyone here for my guilds? That or I'll need to go chat with my guild in game or something. Or check the Discord. Yeah, is anyone here for my guilds? Let me know if there's a Sting still there, or if the pet is gone. Okay, I'm gonna need to wait a second. No one has replied yet. Let me go check my chat thingy. I'll check Discord too if it doesn't do that. I normally don't have Discord on when I'm streaming. Let's see. Has the current pet expired yet? I have a pet gnome. It's gonna invade? Oh, yeah, it actually is. Oh, yeah, I need to be careful. I need to actually make sure it doesn't invade. That would be good. I know, he's gonna overheal. Okay, let's see. Do I take the green? I almost feel like going Gorgoltha or something. I don't have Apothecary anywhere to go. I could try converting out the green as well, but I don't know, I think we just go Gorgoltha and clear him out. I don't know, that or we play it safe. I'm gonna just play it safe. What's his ability? He creates red. That's fine, we'll take the green. And now I want to get Apothecary down. Ideally on green, but we'll just go and get it on... oh, do we have to Gorgoltha this? I want to actually try not to Gorgoltha. It has an automatic streaming mode. It doesn't show anything when you're doing OBS. Really? When you have OBS open? I never realized that. Does it work for OBS Studio too? I would assume so. Because I use OBS Studio to stream, not OBS. I only use OBS to record videos. I keep them both separate just so I have the setup ready for both of them. Just so I don't have to constantly keep switching it whenever I need to switch between recording and streaming. Technically, you can do both on both. Like, I can actually stream and record at the exact same time. With the same exact program. I could do technically both of them with Studio. Okay, cool. I didn't even realize that. Okay, I think I'm just going to go for the Gorgoltha and hope we get lucky. No one from my guild has replied back yet, though. Let's see. I know, if you lose pet, you get a bear for everyone. It's like, you lost the pet you needed! No! Okay, we'll go and, do we have alignment? Yes, we do. Also, no one from my guild has mentioned back yet. Maybe I will go check the Discord. Because, oops, that's not where you check chat. That or... Is no one in my guild on? I might just claim it. That or, you know what else I could do? I could go check the stream and see when we last checked the pet. Because we probably showed it on one of the screens. And then I can go base the amount of time that was left on it. And go from there. Oh, there it is. So we could see that 17 minutes ago how much time it showed. So let me go check that real quick. I can cheat, we're streaming. Let's see. I hate that it doesn't show it on that page anymore. Where on earth is this thing? I was just on it, but it went away. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? I just saw it for a second. There it is. Somewhere's around here. There. No, it went away again. Okay, 11 minutes. Okay, it should be expired by now. Unless someone else from my guild found a pet afterwards. But yeah, it had 11 minutes left. 11 minutes. So that was 11 minutes, like 14 minutes ago, 15 minutes ago. So yes, it has expired. Yeah, I know. We could just rewind the stream. And yes, it is dead already. So, yes, we could cheat. I love being able to just watch back into stream. That works so perfectly. But yes, we have, our pet gnome has expired. So, yes, we can go and claim it now. We have a problem, though. I don't have alignment. You know what? Let's get rid of all his greens. Just so he doesn't have that to go use. We'll go get that together. And... Come on, alignment. Where are you? Okay, we do have it. Never mind. We got that. And that should be matched. Okay, we're fine. I killed a gnome. No worries now. Now it doesn't matter what happens. I was just worried about him getting away with needing one more mana. And let's see what pet we get. Come on, the bear. Now, oh, good. That's a moon. That's actually really good. Not exactly what I wanted, but about the third best thing we could have gotten. Best would have been a new pet that we don't have. Second best would have been a mimic, and that would be the third best. As well as any of the pure color ones would also be pretty nice. But there we go, we got a moon. I think we're almost next to the, up to the next percent as well. Let's see, how many more copies of moon do we need? Oh, never mind, we need we need 8 more copies. We're actually still quite a bit away. But, oh well. There'll be more towards our amount of copies we need, so let's go get them. So, yep, let's use our normal team. Clear through them. Hello, 02, welcome. And let's go get ourselves some more, moons. Let's go and take ourselves some browns. Take some yellows. Take some more yellow. Get our growth down. Your question? Oh, sorry, what was your question? Now your last question for this time. Can you show the Glaceon team from the comments in Doomskull teams video with Justice? Which one? Or can you show a good team with the Glaceon that you got? Did we do one with it earlier? I believe I ended up doing Glaceon something fire. I did Glaceon something Ice Goblin and Justice. I forget what the second troop was. I think I used the new Troll, if I'm not mistaken, because I was showing it in the Monday video. We ended up doing that. I'm pretty sure. It's not one of the better ones, but it does function. And it's slightly cheaper since you can get the Ultra Rare you could easily get from like 5 to 10 event keys this week. The Epic that we used for it is the new Troll, which you get for 400 Glory this week, which is also really easy to obtain. The Glaceon's the only hard part, and the, that was the other component. Glaceon, the new Troll, the Ice Goblin. Oh, and a Justice. And Justice is really easily accumulated just from opening up like about 20 to 50 guild chests. Probably even earlier than that. Depends how lucky or unlucky you get. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we did that for the Monday video, but we could go do it again. Let me go clear out pets though first. Oh, by the way, I said when we got a new pet gnome, I did say we'd give out a code. Let me actually go do that. I got so hyped because of the little good pet for once. But yeah, let me go give out the code. I did say when we find the next one, and we did find the next one. So let me go and hand it out right after this battle. Okay, what do we have to move around? Any browns, any yellows? I'll go take that yellow over. Grab that. Take the brown. Is it worth the event keys for next week? Good troops in the kingdom for next, or skip. Next kingdom is pretty much a skip as far as opening event keys. The only thing particularly good in it is a grapple pot, if you don't already have it for a goblin team. It's used in the better composition of the alt goblin team. It's also a decent replacement in some AoE teams if you just wanted some extra damage to hold it down. They're not really that popular these days, but still, it's used in the best 4x goblin team if you don't already own that component. That's the only good thing in the event key drop table next week. Everything else is pretty useless. I guess you would technically get some of the ultra rare goblins up as well, so you'll get a bunch of copies of Goblin Rocket and stuff like that, which I guess is helpful, but it's not really that big a deal. Most of his value just comes from his initial copy. Of course, he gets a little bit more damage and durability the higher you get him, but it's not that big a deal. But if you, any newer players out there that do have 0 copies of Goblin Rocket, it may be worth throwing 5 to 10 event keys, kind of like this week. Probably throw like 5 to 10 event keys, if nothing else, to get yourself a Ice Goblin if you don't already have one. And next week, you'll want to go and throw a few event keys just to get yourself a Goblin Rocket if you don't already have one, because both of them are amazingly good troops. And using them both together is really strong as well. Let's see. Was Infernus already in event keys? Infernus is... No. Infernus is not in event keys. But he has been in the past. He's only in event keys during a Broken Spire event. I forget when the last Broken Spire event was. Wasn't it like a month or 2 ago or something? But yeah, he's only in event keys during Broken Spire events. He's in all the other drop tables now, like Glory, Gem Guild, VIP Chest. But there's a chance that you specifically get him off of a drop is ridiculously unlikely. The chance that you even get a Mythic is ridiculously unlikely, and then there's a 1 out of however many Mythics there are within the game that would specifically be an Infernus. Generally, if you want a specific Mythic, the only way to really obtain them is through crafting them in Soulforge. You technically can roll them off of just random keys, but it's really excessively unlikely. Okay, we'll go get that down. Oh yeah, short-term memory and codes don't match. No, they did not. Never mind, let me go do that right after this battle. And this time I mean it for sure. I know, right? We'll definitely get it. No worries. No worries. It's not like the code is going anywhere. Once it gets posted, it will. But it's not like it's going anywhere prior. And there we go. Okay, let's go switch over and give out the code. Hey, we got a map too. Nice. And the code has even more maps. It's not like we need them, but eventually we'll find something to use our maps for. Well, let's go into next code. It is known is the next code with a 4 at the end. Never mind, there's also a... never mind, yeah, that's how it is. Why does he keep randomly putting 4s at the end of our things? The first 2 had 9s randomly, and as well as all the other codes. And then, There's this one that just randomly has a 4 at the end. Really weird. Anyways. The rest seem to be just random gibberish with 9s at the end, though, from what I can tell. Unless they're really weird abbreviations for stuff, but they're probably not. Anyways, this one is It Is Noon, but with a 4. Let me just go get that into chat, though, and everything. Put that there. Get that below me. And there you guys go. There is the redeem code for any of you that want to go use it. Only works on PC and mobile, so do keep that in mind. But It Is Noon with a 4. And let's go click OK on that. And there you go. Oh, we got a tribute too. Gotta go claim that tribute. Unlike Salty, never claiming her tribute whenever it's doing that. There we go. We got a 7. But as you can see, whoever asked about the gems earlier, this was a little bit lower. But you can see we get gems every single hour just from this, and we pretty consistently get like ridiculously high ones because we have so many kingdoms upgraded. This is actually a little bit low towards average. But you can also open like the gold keys as well, and you can tend to get gems from them occasionally. So if we were to open like 12 gold keys, actually let's just do that as an example. We might or may not end up getting a gem from it. As you can see, you get glory and other resources. Glory could technically also give it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's got souls, 10. As you can see, we actually ended up getting 9 gems from that tribute, or 8 gems from that tribute, because we got an extra 2 from it. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and we technically got 20 glory, so that means we throw 1 glory key as well. So from that tribute, even though it was basically mid-range, we ended up getting 8 gems from it. So, yeah, we easily get upwards of 10 gems per tribute if we were to actually go and use each one of the resources each time. So, that's where quite a few of our gems come from, too, just passively over time. But yeah, I can pretty safely say that we get about, on average, 10 gems. If you use every resource from it, you're getting about 10 gems per tribute, or I am, this late in the game. Oh yeah, you could also go do all the glory. I was talking about the glory we got specifically from the gold key. I don't count the other glory because generally I save it, as you can see. But, yes, if you counted all the glory, it would be even more glory keys than that. I just don't want to waste my glory keys. But yes, technically, if you, as I said, if you use all the resources, it's easily upwards of 10. Let's see. But you only get that glory if you specifically get it from the tribute. You don't always get it. We're always getting a decent amount of glory, but you don't always specifically get the White Helm one. It's 30% chance when you have it maxed out, or lower if you don't have it maxed out. Oh yeah, let me go show that team now. Wait, I didn't post the code yet, did I? I didn't post it in the link. Let me go get the link for it. Use the code on gemsandmore.com underneath the game code section for any of you that don't know. I also didn't even check it to see if it works, I don't believe. But there's the code for you guys. Your redeem code can be found underneath your settings menu. Underneath this, it only works on PC mobile, but whatever your game says right there is your invite code. And your redeem code is, or the redeem code is the one below, as well as the one in chat. Both of them are the same thing. And I did not claim it yet, so let me go double check that even works. It probably does. But let's go and just move that over there. Take that. Copy. Invite code. Redeem code. I'm not a robot. Redeem. And success. Loading screen. And success. And again, same reward as always. True treasure maps. 1 gem key. 200 souls. 2,500 gold. Do make sure to use it in the next few minutes, though, because they do tend to go pretty quick these days. And we'll just go claim the 1 key. And Savasi! Hey, finally something that's not a ultra rare or lower. Well, it can't be any lower than that, but Savasi's pretty useless, though. Oh, oops, I meant to go test your team, but then again, yeah, we'll go do that on the next battle. This isn't a real battle anyways, so couldn't really test it against this regardless. If you have Glaceon, Ice Troll, Emperor Corvash in a team, what would you put as the 4th? Let's see. Processing. What are you missing from that team? Are you missing red and green? I guess just a strong red-green then. Wardbreaker would be pretty funny. Ketris would be pretty decent, actually, since you would end up getting the brown excess into it as well. Other than that, I guess you could go with a... let's see... trying to think red-green wise that actually fits into that team. Because you kind of want a red-green-brown in a way, but there's only catchers for that, which you probably don't have laying around. But, yeah, pretty much any red-green, just to make sure you cover every color. And if not that, do like a red-brown or a green-brown, just to fit in there, just so you have the excess brown going into it. Would depend more so on what you have. Did I not finish? Oh yeah, I didn't finish the pet battles again. Let me go do that. It's because I keep doing the code in between or something. But we'll go and, yeah, we'll go do that. Let me go do the other team that was suggested, though, and then we'll go finish out the pet. We should have plenty of time. It's not like it's going anywhere. We can finish out pets in like 5-6 minutes. Doesn't take that long. Hello, Mr. Effects. The problem is forgetting it completely, which I have done before. Wouldn't be the first time. I think I missed a bunny and like some other one before as well. I think I missed about 3 or 4 pets from forgetting them. One of them I've actually missed because of an actual glitch, but only ever lost one from glitch. And of course it was a mimic! But anyways, let's see. There's one other thing I was going to go do. Oh yes, I need to go do the Justice Team version of it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we showed this on Monday. Almost guarantee. I'll go do it again. It was Glaceon. I forgot, spelled with the Y. How's it still wrong? Oh, because I did it in the wrong order. Glaceon. We need the new troll. The new ice goblin. And we need the new king. And there we go. Okay, and we'll just go and do that into, I guess, a... what was the thing we need for this? What color are we missing? Green. Why does this banner not have minus green if the kingdom's meta is not using any green? Normally they do make it pretty decent so that it's actually the correct coloration for a kingdom, but nope, not that time. There are some instances of teams that you could use for, but you know what? I think I'm already set to the right banner then. That's why I can't find the correct banner. It's because we're already set to it. So that's fine. Oh yeah, Justice, not Bloodhammer. Fail. Yeah, same thing just with Justice. Just such a habit of mine to put both of them together. Fail. Well, we'll go do it with Justice afterwards. Same difference, except we don't have the Storm. Maybe we'll find a Bloodhammer on the opposing team. That'd be even better if we can go find that. You go down even quicker. Okay, so we'll go use this. Hopefully we get alignment. Okay, that barely did anything. We'll go and... yeah, this was the team I showed on Monday. I didn't show with the Justice, did I? Okay, we'll go and take the red over. Same difference, though, for the most part. We'll go and... he's going to drain us. He doesn't have drain spam, luckily, but he does have the 1, which is going to be annoying. Oh, he didn't even go for it, for whatever reason. Skull also isn't worth me going for, so I'm not even going to bother. He finally goes for the drain. What do we even really need to get up as far as mana? Kind of want to get the troll up. The troll seems really inconsistent, though. Which is why I haven't been using it much this week. Probably seen me almost never use it, other than like on the Monday video. Just because I found it not to really be that effective. Okay, please do the brown double correctly. There we go, finally. And now that should be instant win off of either of these two. Yeah, we just throw that into that. Throw it again, and that's match. Or very close to it. Go clear out the board constantly with pretty much everything. And we'll be good to go. Throw that in there. Throw that in there. And now let's go do it with a Justice. Yeah, Ice Troll was never really that good. I believe all the doubles are going to be bad. It's the same problem I thought it would have that Venoxia has, Ural has, all those troops have. Everything that does a double gem spawn is very shaky on if it actually lands its ability. And it tends to be pretty inconsistent. Okay, we can do the exact same banner actually that we just did. It's a little bit less effective with this particular composition, but still works out. The core of the team is still getting the mana that it needs. The problem is we're getting a lot of excess brown that we're not going to be using at all with the little troll guy. So we'll go grab that extra turn, go and take the purple, I guess. Grab that over. Didn't get any Cascade there. We wanted to not take anything there just to not give him a skull or anything. We'll go... oh, blue. Didn't even see that. Go grab that. Go and... we don't have a drop for that, so we'll just go and explode the board. Let me take that first, though, just so we grab that. Take the purple to get him up. And I think we explode and hope that goes to full mana at this point. So we'll go grab that. And 1 mana off, of course. We'll go grab that and then get our last mana by taking the explosion. And hopefully we have alignment here. Yes, we do. So grab that. And that's pretty much matched. Don't even need a Skull Storm. Look at that. We'll go and want to get a Doomskull down so we can go throw that into there. Don't currently have one. Oh, yes, we do. Never mind. We'll go throw it on Doomskull. Didn't see that one right there. And yeah, we just keep clearing the board. Hopefully find another Doomskull. Keep getting alignment off of this. And there's all the Doomskulls we need. And you just keep repeating that until you win. You can even get freeze off of Glaceon too, except he's immune to freeze, so that won't work in this particular instance, but normally you would be able to. And there we go. But yeah, that's pretty much what it looks like with a Justice. Sometimes it works, sometimes it wasn't. That was actually a pretty good example of it working, though don't always expect that, because Justice does miss a lot if you don't have a proper board set up for it. But yeah, that's pretty much what it looks like. Yeah, it's really cheap. It's a lot cheaper having a Justice than it is having a fully traded Bloodhammer, that's for sure. Pretty much everyone has access to Justice, and you don't need Justice any traits at all. Justice doesn't need a single one of his traits to do exactly what he just did. Also, we're almost at 1.2 million souls. We're almost there. 1.3 will be the really big milestone, because if they ever add another mythic weapon, that will be enough to instant buy it. Even if we, even if they did, we could easily go get that last little bit of souls regardless. But yeah, we're almost there. Really close. Oh, see you, Mario. Have a good time. See you later. Enjoy your dinner. Yeah, I'll probably be heading off soon to go eat too. I haven't had a single thing to eat all day. So unhealthy. All I've had today was like the soda. Well, that and some water. I barely drank any water. Like this is the water bottle's like filled up all the way to there. I took like 1 sip from it today. Yeah, I can't even go for a walk today either. I did yesterday, but it is way too gloomy to do it now. It's not raining at the moment, but it's going to be so damp. Okay, let's go and, yeah, if anyone still has any other questions or anything, let me go head back to the pet that we were doing before it expires and I forget about it. Let's go finish out the pet battles. What team should you use, then, with only Glaceon and Ice Troll is bad? Well, Ice Troll isn't, like, completely horrible. It's just really inconsistent. When it actually lands, it's pretty nice. Problem is, it doesn't always land. It's why I don't use Euro, Vinoxia, and stuff like that often. You almost never see me using those kind of troops. Any double spawner I tend to not really use. It's because they can easily miss. Particularly in things like Guild Wars and stuff like that. They're too high risk to use. In PvP, it's a little bit better because you don't really care if you risk it. But in Guild Wars and stuff, you generally don't want to use them if you can help it. Of course, if you don't have any other options, you kind of have to. Like, let's say you're using an Elmagrim and you need a red burner and you need Euro for that since you don't have Infernus or something. Then you kind of have to do it in instances like those. But if you could avoid it, you definitely should try avoiding using double spawners. Just because they can overwrite their colors as well, and it has a really high chance of missing in most situations. Have I tried Krellitor's most recent Snowy Owl team? What is it? No, I have not. I don't believe I have. We tried some Snowy Owl teams before with the Doomskulls. I don't know if I specifically tried his, though, yet. Let's move that over. But yeah, we even tried one earlier to stream. I believe it was Snowy Owl, Glaceon, Divine Ishbala, and Forest Guardian, was it? I believe it was that. Or something very similar to that. I think I saved it as well. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we saved it, so I could just look at whatever that was then. But it was something along those lines. Better was with the Bloodhammer, one or the other. We'll go throw this down with the skulls right there. With the other one over. And down it goes. Yeah, the one we tried earlier was... oops, that's what I meant to do. Why wouldn't it let me switch? Oh, because we're in pet rescue. I'm like trying to switch my team as if that would work. Fail. Well, let's just finish out the pet rescue first, just so I don't forget about it. Because I don't want to miss out on the Moons. That's actually one of the best pets in the game. We'll go and get the convert down. Owl, Bloodhammer, Ishbala, Forest Guardian. Oh, okay. Oh, the team that was suggested earlier might have been exactly Crowder's team then. well, I guess we already tried it then. But yeah, I'll go double check. It was something really similar to that if it wasn't exactly that. Have you noticed that the developers have not made a Orc Slayer card? I don't know why they didn't do that. Especially when they ended up buffing Orcs. Even though they weren't really ever used even after they got buffed, but still. There's a few things I believe that don't have a Slayer, and yes, Orcs are one of them, oddly enough. I think it's because there hasn't really been an issue with them, that they haven't really needed to make a Slayer for it. Normally the epic for a kingdom would have the Slayer, but since the epic for that kingdom is an Orc itself, it didn't end up getting Slayer. Okay, we'll go and throw a Grigoltha down. But yeah, I believe there's a few other types that don't have it. I believe Mystics don't have one either. And there's some that only have one that are just completely irrelevant as well. And even though there essentially is one for it, there's technically zero just because it's such an irrelevant troop on many of them. Like, I believe the Construct Slayer is useless, if I'm not mistaken. It's like that blast cannon thing that has silence, I believe it was. Yeah, there's a lot of them that aren't really that useful, even if they do exist. And we'll just throw that there. Also, Emperina is never used to counter dwarves, even though it's technically a 2x skull damage to them. Okay, let me double check. Yeah, there's no Orc Slayer. And if we go under almost every other Slayer, Orc Slayer, there's none. Fae Slayer, I believe the two of them are useless. Okay, maybe it's not called Fae. Oh, I say it's Few Slayer. Fae Slayer. Yeah, there's two of them, but both of them are near useless troops. Him slightly less so. Like, if we go to Construct Slayer, I believe it's that cannon, if I'm not mistaken. No, it's the Obsidian Golem. That's actually a little bit better. Mech Slayer, I believe there's two for that. Yeah, Guillory and Blast Cannon. Guillory's okay. Blast Cannon was the one I was thinking of earlier. Dragon Slayer, I believe only Tall has it. And one other one, like the Paladin. Never mind. 5 things have Dragon Slayer? Yet none of them are good at doing their job. Except maybe Dragon Cruncher. That's about it. Tall's useless. Ursko Savage is mostly useless. Wait, what's its side effect again? Deal damage to an enemy boosted by an enemy, boosted by enemy dragons, and half that damage to adjacent enemies. That's not that good unless you're really early game. Paladin's okay, but you're never going to use up front. Dragon Knight's really horrible unless it's in arena or early game, and Dragon Cruncher's like the only option because Tall is just so useless. But yeah, there's some of them that don't have a lot. Actually, Dragon Slayer, I think, has the most of any Slayer in the entire game. How many Daemon Slayers are there? I think just 2 or 3. I know it's the guy, that brown-purple guy, and Desdemona. And apparently 5, wow. Why is it every single one I'm picking has, like, so many Slayers? Also, you have 2 Slayers? Oh yeah, you have 3 Slayers. I didn't even remember that. Monster has a lot of Slayers, too. I think there's, like, 4 with Monster Slayer. Whoa, 7. Okay. Yeah, of course I would pick all the ones that have, like, all of them. But if we go to, like, a Rashka Slayer, if I could spell Rashkas. How do you spell Rashka? If I go to something like that, I believe there's none as well. Raksha Slayer. Yeah, there's none. But yeah, there's several typings that don't have any Slayer towards them. Most of them are so irrelevant that they don't need to even add a Slayer because they're barely ever used. There's a new Rashka Mythic coming into the game, though, if I'm not mistaken. Next Mythic should be a Rashka Slayer. It's a pretty decent troop, too. It's going to be able to double kill. It's going to be a really good late game troop. Probably early game, too, but particularly late game. It's going to be good with one-shot troops that aren't capable of one-shotting, as weird as that may seem. It's finally going to be a way to use one-shot troops in late game, even if they don't have enough damage to actually one-shot. Which I know that doesn't make much sense, but the troops that are supposed to one-shot that aren't actually capable of one-shotting, it's what it's going to be really good at. Or synergizing with. Next week, PvP will be filled with Goblin teams. Ready up the Chompers. Yes, get 4 times Gob Chompers ready. If you don't have the trait stones for it, and you have the troops, I would highly advise farming the trait stones. It's also used in one of the pet battles as well. So you'll have it for that as well. You could also... Oh, never mind. I was going to say you could run it in raids, but never mind. That's irrelevant. Because we're probably not going to be up against goblins. Though that would be funny if they ever did do a goblin week when it was Broken Spire. I highly doubt they would do that, though. If they had goblins and raids during a Broken Spire Kingdom, that would actually be ridiculously easy to win if they did that. Because you would just devour out everything other than the raid boss, then just hit him with the skulls. But that's not the case for next week. Why would any team use 4 firebombs? Because they're trying to deliberately lose. In PvP, it's actually better to... It's more profitable to lose than to win your defend battles. It doesn't make much sense, but it's because of how revenge battles works. Revenge battles appear when you lose your defense, and for whatever reason, they give +3 glory as well as 2 times gold. Whereas if you win them, you only get like a small amount of gold and glory. And the reward for losing them and then winning it back is way higher than just simply winning it. Which doesn't make too much sense, but it is the way it is. So a lot of people set 4 times Firebomb and other ridiculously weak teams as their defense to encourage people to attack them. And in doing so, they will gain a lot more revenge battles. And in doing so, they will gain a lot more resources overall. So even though they're losing at a lot higher rate, they're actually overall gaining more resources. It doesn't make much sense, but that is the way it is. But yeah, the best possible team that you can set in PvP is the worst possible team that you can set. Alright, we'll go through a apothecary. Get it on the yellow. They'll be doing something to address that in the future. Do keep in mind, Guild Wars should always be set as your strongest possible teams. Only in PvP do you set them weekly. Or weekly as in weak teams, not weekly as in weekly. Let's see, we'll go through that in there. Get the hit. And, I guess we'll get a Glaceon. Don't think we have anywhere else to really throw it. None that looks worth it. We'll just throw a Glaceon and see what happens. Hopefully get lucky. Get a other guy in there, and that should pretty much be match, or really close. Get another hit. Get a Glaceon again if we have alignment, which we do. And never mind, he's already dead. No more alignment for us. We already win. And how many copies? Place your bets now. My bet's on 2. Ah, only 1. Come on, why? Always keep getting just 1. But, oh well, we got another Moon. Only 1 copy, but that's better than no copies. And that's 1 step closer to getting him to Mythic, I guess, or Legendary at least. There we go. But yeah, we finally got the Sassy Sphinx. Now we're only 1 away. We only need the Coca-Cola bear. And we'll have all of them. So close to all pets. Too bad nothing special happens when we actually reach it. It makes no difference whatsoever because I never use Urska teams. But we have already had all the best pets ages ago. We had all the best pets since like 25 pets. 25 out of 36. But, oh well. And now we just keep accumulating more. And start using our food soon. I actually have a lot of food saved up if we go under upgrading on one of these. We have a decent amount of food. Probably not excessive. Pretty sure there's already people with over 100 of each food. But, yeah, it's starting to stack up. We also have enough to craft every single food except brown as well as far as excess resources. So if we needed even more of those foods, we could go and get them. I don't have any brown because I went to go get Mimic. But I have all the other ones. Plus we have white pet food. White pet food, 400 white pet food is basically 200 of any color. So we can go use that if we needed to. I'm probably going to be using it on red. Because there's currently 4 good red. Well, currently 3. 4 as of next Wednesday. And there's just way too many things under that category that I need to upgrade. There's Whelp. There's Magma Pillar. There's Fennekin. And there is the new dragon coming in next Wednesday. And all 4 of those are ridiculously good to get. Particularly this, the Magma Pillar, and the new dragon. This is good for early game. I personally won't be using it much. The best bonus I'll get from that is basically like 1 additional armor, I believe. Because I would only ever really be using 2 Dragon's Claw on my team in most teams. If I'm using Dragon Claw. And that would most likely be my hero set as Dragon plus Dragon Soul. So I believe I get 2 armor from that. It's from this team. So I would get a little bit more armor from getting him upgraded. Which, I guess it could come into play. 1 additional armor, you never know. Let me double check that I claimed all that. Yes, we did. But yeah, it would be this team that would probably be the only team I'd ever use it for. This one right here. I'm not currently using my Dragon Hero class, though, am I? Fail. Never mind. I have my hero set to something else right now. I believe to Titan, because I need it for the current thing. But normally we'd be getting 2 armor, because we'd have a Dragon Claw troop of Dragon Soul, and then we'll have the Dragon Claw troop of our hero set as Dragon Claw. So, yeah, that would normally give us 2 armor. Which would be a little bit higher with the little guy giving us a little bit better armor. Let's see. Are there only 6 different raid bosses in the game? Yes, there's only 6 different raid bosses. One for each different color kind of theme. Like an ice one, a thunder one, or static, or whatever it is. And, you know, one for every single kind of color theme. But yes, there's 6 different ones. No more, no less. I believe we've rotated through 4 or 5 of them by now. Let's see. It's raid week 4, right? So yeah, 4 of them then. That would explain, or that would tell us how many there is. I know, simply activating Glaceon's like instant win. It's pretty funny. Same as Bloodhammer if it's aligned. Let's see. There are so many perfect heads, the rest have hair. You don't need hair. Let's see. What team for... I actually do like playing with hair. I have a weird thing with like constantly twirling and stuff. It's actually kind of nice not having any hair because it won't distract me. But then again, I still try to do it. Like sometimes you'll see like a random spike like sticking up from over here. It's because I keep twirling it. And even when I have really short hair, that can sometimes still happen because even when I have no hair, I'll still like try curling it, which is weird. What team for Glaceon and King Bloodhammer without Apothecary or Gurgoltha? I did a Skullbeard into 1 support troop earlier. I believe it was Skullbeard plus the Ice Troll. I believe I did a Skullbeard with 1 other one for my defend too for today as well for Guild Wars. But yeah, Skullbeard is amazingly good with that combo, even though I don't really run it that much. Definitely worth considering. Let's see, which one did I defend with again? I defend with, where's my defense? Yeah, I did the Cockatrice version of it because it generates brown, it entangles, and it does all that mess. It's also really cheap, so you definitely have it as an option. Cockatrice is always the Gurgoltha replacement, pretty much. It's not always the best thing, because in this case it doesn't have any way to destroy the skulls, so not necessarily the best. You could easily replace Cockatrice with something else. You probably would. I'm just using this because I don't have too many other options for specifically my defend. But, yeah, as far as replacements, definitely put like a Captain Skullbeard in the team. And then just any troop that uses yellow, pretty much. Doesn't really matter too much what it is as long as it supports the other 2 troops. And that would basically be your team that you would use. It would be Glaceon, Captain Skullbeard, or actually Glaceon, any troop with yellow that doesn't block... Well, it depends what troop it is, but it depends if it's blocking or not. So I guess, depending on which one you go for, it's going to be Glaceon, Captain Skullbeard, any troop in the entire game with yellow that supports the rest of the team, and King Bloodhammer is the team that you'd basically run if you didn't want to run Gurgoltha or Apothecary on your team. In some instances, Captain Skullbeard is actually better, depending on what the board setup's like. Because you get to... he creates skulls as well. Plus he gets to explode basically the entire board with his ability. I can go do that real quick. Let's actually just go do one. Let's go build one from scratch. We'll need that. Let's get Bloodhammer. So we'll get a Bloodhammer in there. We'll go get a Skullbeard in there. And we'll go get a, we'll figure out what the other one will be. Skullbeard. Should have typed something other than skull. Too many things with the word skull in it. Okay, and what was the other thing we needed? Anything with yellow. So let's go get a nice yellow into here. Let's not use Cockatrice for this. Let's go with a explosion of some kind. Teemo wouldn't be horrible. Divinish Bala, nothing actually gets bonus from that. I guess Amnesia, so we get higher stats on Glaceon. If we're running that first slot, we might as well run Amnesia with it. It also... Oh, that's not what I meant to replace out. Ah. Fail. Captain Skullbeard. And put him in there, put that there, put that there, put that there. And we should be good to go. That also makes it so we can Amnesia King Bloodhammer combo into the win if we had to. This also gives +1 stats to our Glaceon per turn. And this will make it so it stays tankier and doesn't die. And for banner, I think we go with the same banner we normally would. Either a green-brown or a blue-brown. I think I'll still stick with the green-brown. Mainly, even though we need the blue to leak. I don't want to take blues because we need it for both our Glaceon and our other thing. Though, you know what? Since we might 5 times, I am actually going to go for the blue here. Maybe not that much blue. Or that much brown, I should say, because we're not running Apothecary now. Let's just go standard Broken Spire, I guess. Where's Broken Spire? Yeah, let's go standard Broken Spire. I haven't used that banner for ages, gosh. Oh, it feels like I'm using the default team whenever I do that, because that's the default banner you have if you don't actually set a banner. Okay, we'll go grab that. Take another blue. Hopefully it surges. And it does. Clear out the board. It creates a bunch of skulls. We explode it all away. And yeah, we'll just keep our mana going pretty well. And this should be instant win. Yeah, we won already. We'll do that. If we don't have a board, we can clear with this, just like we'd use a Gorgoltha, except it creates skulls as well. He has a decent attack value as well, which is not too bad as well. I keep saying as well. I keep saying as well. Okay, we'll go do that. Get a bunch of skulls onto the board, which will go explode with all Doomskulls. Sometimes they'll align into skulls as well. Hey, I keep doing it. Wow, I say that way too much. How much have I been saying that recently? Wow, okay, we'll go and take that over. As well. No, that one was deliberate. Most of them weren't, though. We'll go and just kill it out. And there we go. But yeah, that's basically what it looks like without them. We didn't even really need Amnesia. I just had that there because that's, I believe, one of the better options we could do. Of course, you could do something way cheaper than that. Basically, any yellow in the game would work. It's mainly the Captain Skullbeard, which is really important for that team. The yellow itself can be essentially anything. You still need Moon, really hoping it'll show up. Oh, ouch. Yeah, Moon's definitely really nice to get, especially if you haven't done your soul farming yet. Pretty sure you already have, but yeah, if you haven't farmed for Dawnbringer yet, or if you haven't farmed to get all the souls for all the troops leveled, or both of them, really nice to go get them. Also, wait, our defend team only won once? I just realized. That's an extreme delayed reaction from that like 5 minutes ago. But yeah, our defend team only won once. I switched my hero class so that our team would win more, and it still only won one time. It won really well yesterday, though. It was at 1.43. Ended up going to 4.5, which is actually under 50% win rate, but that's ridiculously high for Guild Wars, though. Really anything that's 20% win rate or higher, I'm actually pretty happy with. So this I'm happy with. This I'm happy with. That failed. I guess I'll get rid of Ice Goblin and replace it with Siren again. That was... I have no clue why that did so good this week. I guess people were just getting hammered by it. It could be because I have higher stats than them, and the Penguin's actually allowing them one-shots. I think the problem in bracket 2 and 3, I mean in bracket 2 and 1, is they have such high stats compared to mine, due to buying so many more bonuses and stuff, that they might actually survive the hits. Even if they don't buy bonuses, I think they just naturally have enough stats that they don't die, whereas everyone in bracket 3 is actually dying to it, which might be why it's winning. Not sure why this isn't doing better. This is like one of the best defense in the game still, and it's still only 1-3. Could be because I'm doing it on Green Day, not sure. And we'll see how this pans out. Someone on console who already had Blue Day said this didn't work too well, but maybe we'll replace Cockatrice and do it with Amnesia. I don't think I'm using Amnesia on any of these, right? I might as well just change it out to exactly what I just used. I think I'm going to do that. I'm not using Amnesia on any other team. I might as well do that. So get rid of Cockatrice just in case the AI feels like doing it incorrectly. And we'll just put an Amnesia there. Just do the exact same thing we did. And do it like that. So Glaceon, Captain Skullbeard, Amnesia, and King Bloodhammer. Also, while it doesn't seem to be much, you can sometimes win off of just an Inferno King summon off the Amnesia. If you end up getting like a really big Doomskull double kill, and even if they start killing through your team with the backlash, you can sometimes keep spamming Amnesia and just keep your team alive. Might even be worth putting in the back too. It's Blue Day, so people aren't going to run Kraken. So there's nothing really that will one-shot last slot. So we can kind of keep her there to make sure we keep getting summons onto the board. So I think we're actually going to go with that then. Glaceon, Captain Skullbeard, King Bloodhammer, and a Amnesia. So that should have some potential. And Banner's already correct to brown-green. Actually, you know what? Let's just do the brown-blue like we did earlier. And we'll just do basically the exact same thing we just did earlier and see if it works for Guild Wars. Where'd it go? Brown, blue, brown, blue. Oh, you know what? I'm going to keep it like that because it does gain higher attack. So he's going to have she's actually going to have a way higher attack than him. Especially on weeks other than this. He only has a 20% bonus this week, but it will be a way lower attack on subsequent weeks. Well, I guess his attack is pretty high. It's because he doesn't have Mythic yet. Of course, most of that's coming from 20%. He would probably have more stats now than he does that Mythic. Where on earth is brown, blue? It's in alphabetical order. I still can't find it. There it is. There we go. Okay, we'll see how that pans out tomorrow. Anyways, let's go and head back to PvP. Let's go just take the easy battle, I guess. And we'll just take a standard team at it. You should write speeches professionally. Oh, I thought that was a real gnome for a second. No, why? Why must you put one single gnome into your team like that? Oh, if I ever get a pet gnome, I should troll people with that. I should set my team as 3 firebombs with a pet gnome. That sounds like a perfect idea. They should do that for next April Fools. Make every single team 3 fire bombs with a pet gnome. I'm pretty sure 4 fire bombs won't even be a thing by the time next April Fools comes around. I assume they would have fixed that by then. If not, that'd be a whole year of the exact same defend meta. Over a year. Pretty much since Firebomb came out, it's been the best thing to set on defend. Yeah, the dwarves are buffed this week. It's 10% to all dwarves and 10% to all Drakzoom because of the Drakzoom event. Also, hello, Tuck. Welcome. And does anyone have any other questions? Because I'm probably going to be heading off in the next battle or two. So if anyone wants to go and mention anything, just let me know. Also, it started raining again. I could hear it pouring out of nowhere once again. I almost feel like taking a nap. It's one of those like really, really gloomy days that you just feel like doing nothing on. No, we'll see. But yeah, if you guys still have any other questions, let me know. We'll still be back later today. Same time as always, 7 hours later, or after, 7 hours from now, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll be back and just doing the Guild Wars. I believe it is Green Day today, based on the shirts. But yeah, it's Green Day today, so we'll be messing with some kind of team. Might use the standard one, might switch it up. Nothing new from the most recent Kingdom allows us to do anything different, so I can't use anything like specifically different, but maybe we'll switch it up just slightly, we'll see. If not, we'll probably just run standard green loop, because that just is the most consistent thing to really use. Oops, what am I doing? I could have converted that. And we'll just go take that for an extra turn, clear out almost all the board, clear out all of the board, and then just throw one thing at it. And never mind, it's already dead. Doesn't show that it's dead, but it is indeed dead. Good news, you finally pulled a fair Shroud. Congratulations. The bad news is you don't have the traits for it. Well, it doesn't take... I shouldn't say it doesn't take too long. It could take like a whole day to go farm them. But yeah, it takes about anywhere from 3 to 7 hours or so to farm the trait stones for it. It's definitely worth the time, though. Your standard team works well today versus goblins. Oh yeah, it's really good against goblins. You want your 500 event keys back? I don't think they're going to nerf it anytime soon. I'm pretty sure they won't. Also, we're so close to getting those souls. Let me go farm souls real quick. Let me go throw one fair Shraw team. And we'll end it with us getting the max... Oh, not max souls, but, you know, getting... do I not have one set? No, I don't. But we'll finish off the stream by finishing with... Oh, yeah, I never tested this yet. But we'll finish off the stream by getting ourselves... 1.2 million souls. So go to this, go throw this into a full all-in Valkyrie banner. And actually, you know what? Let's go to the Dragon Soul version. Oh, you know what? No, I'm going to go to Fair Shraw version. There's actually a specific reason why I want to go to Fair Shraw version. I want to test one-shotting. The one-shot setup for this. Because I believe we can do Warlord 3 now. Either Warlord 2 or Warlord 3. Yeah, we can do Warlord 3 now. Now that we have 2 higher attack, we have the damage to be able to kill out this thingy with the bonus. So we should be fine. See if we get alignment. Don't have it. We'll go and try just finding skulls. Take Valkyrie to full. Get a Valkyrie down if we have it. Yes, we do. Right on Brown. Get full mana off of that. Need to make sure he gets all the way to full before we cast it. We'll just throw this down even if it doesn't do anything. Go through that for the kill. And one-shot the rest of his team. We'll have to aim at that one. Go kill that out. Be able to skull poke him. And should be good from there. So let's go get Valkyrie up one more time. Now we just need a skull poke into the final little thing. And that'll be that. Go get rid of all that. And kill it out with that. Or another skull. And that should give us a large amount of souls. 800. Hey, look at that. Every single time. I feel like every time I go into Explorer for like 1, 2, or 3 battles just to show something real quick for whatever reason, we get an arcane trait stone. I don't know why. We just always get lucky for that. It's not every time, but it feels like way above the rate of which we should be getting it. Like, more than half the time we just go into one of these things just to do something real quick. It's like, boom, here's a free arcane trait stone. Yet when you want one, you'll go for like an hour without getting one, it feels like. But anyways, 832 souls. That's a lot of souls for one battle. You can actually get over 1,000 by having 3 Fair Shrouds in your team, though there's really no realistic way to farm quick enough with that. As you can see, we've now hit over 1.2 million souls. So there we go. Nice little milestone. Biggest milestone will be 1.3 million because that's enough for a new mythic weapon if they add a new mythic weapon similar to Dawnbringer, which I believe they will be doing in the future. So really easy to go farm that if we have to, though. We just have to do basically what we just did in that battle about 100 times, and boom, we have all the souls we need. Or not 100 times, more like yeah, about 100 times. A little bit more than 100 times, maybe like 120 times. Doesn't take that long. Whatever happened to redeem codes? We already handed out 2 redeem codes today. The one below, I believe, is already used up by now. Actually, both of them were probably already used up by now. But yeah, we handed up 2 codes yesterday, 2 codes today. And we're going to soon be handing out 1 per day. Right now, we've only really been handing them out mostly on Mondays, Fridays, and Saturdays, with a few in between the week occasionally. Like, I believe we gave one out on Thursday or Wednesday this week. But, yeah, we still give out codes. And soon it'll be every single day. Let's see. Any other questions or anything? Oh yeah, sorry, I missed one of the questions. Senpai, what was the question? Is it always the same kingdom restriction to use in raid boss for the same raid boss? No, it's not always the same kingdom restriction. It switches between every kingdom within the game. The raid boss just does the same effect every single time. The kingdom that you specifically have to use changes every week. But yeah, it constantly changes every week until it rotates through all 33 of the kingdoms. Or I assume that's what they're doing, because that's what they've been doing so far with it. But anyways, guys, I'm going to be heading off. Hope you all have a wonderful day. I'm going to be grabbing lunch and all that good stuff. We'll be back 7 hours from now, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, doing the nightly stream, going over Green Guild Wars, and just messing around with all that. Other than that, we'll be back same time tomorrow as well, 8 p.m. Or not this same time, but we'll be back 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow too, tonight and tomorrow. Tomorrow night we'll be going over the new Kingdom stuff. Basically, in short, what's coming out next week on next Monday is going to be a early game Devour troop that's going to be kind of interesting, and a just a standard raid troop, but it has an automatic extra turn on it, which is kind of cool because it's Goblin. Next week is Goblin week, so get ready to be trolled by goblins. There's going to be a lot of 4x goblins. It's probably going to have 10 to 20% bonus, so really annoying week. Highly advise using goblins. But yeah, same as raids. Raids, you could pretty much just use 4x goblins and be perfectly fine. You don't even need to use Mank. And other than that, next Friday should be the Treasure Gnome event. And the Friday after that, when you would also use Vault Keys as well during that Friday, during that weekend. And the Friday after that, so not next Friday, but the following Friday, 2 weeks from now, will be the next Mythic. So we have all that coming up. Other than that, I don't believe there's anything big coming in the near future, other than just the next Mythic and all that. But anyways, guys, I'll see y'all later. Hope you'll enjoy the rest of your weekend. Stay safe, and goodbye, everyone. What is the Treasure Gnome event? The Treasure Gnome event runs from Friday to Monday reset once a week during the... sorry, not once a week, once a month during the weekend. So basically from Friday at Monday... or Friday at the reset time all the way until Monday at the reset time. So basically 3 straight days running through the entire weekend. And basically it approximately doubles the chance of finding treasure gnomes, as well as approximately doubles the chance of finding vault keys from those treasure gnomes. It also makes it so if you use vault keys during that time, that the vault keys will have a higher chance of finding a vault key in a vault key. So you can always find vault keys in vault keys, but there's a higher chance of it occurring when there's specifically a vault event. So technically the best time to spend vault keys is during a vault event once every month. Similar to how the best time to spend like gem keys and stuff tends to be when like a new mythic comes out and stuff like that. But the same thing with the vault keys. You use them every vault event, basically. You can use them whenever you get them, but ideally you'd want to save them for a vault event, as the drop table is just ever so slightly better, mainly because there's a slightly higher chance to get a vault key, which is the best drop that a treasure gnome can give you. But yeah, that's all that it is. It's not really anything too big. If you don't participate in it at all, it doesn't really matter that much. Last time I ended up doing it, we actually got 0 vault keys the last time. The first time we did, or the first few times we did it, we ended up getting a lot more vault keys, but got pretty unlucky the previous time. You still get a lot of other loot though, like gems, keys, gems themselves, event keys, and a few other resources. But yeah, it's not really worth the time to really grind them out. If you happen to be playing, then it's nice, but I wouldn't really go out of your way to try farming gnomes. It's not really that worth it. Anyways, guys, I'll see y'all later. Thank you for coming down. Enjoy your weekend. And, yeah, goodbye, everyone.